You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon. You're listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. Our coverage of today's game will start soon.
Welcome to Bowie Baysox Baseball. It's time now for the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show.
It's the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We're getting set for Game 4 in this 6-game series between the Harrisburg Senators and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabatis with you from FNB Field here on City Island in Pennsylvania's capital. It has been a stellar run for Bowie as of late. Officially their best run of the season, as they've won 5 consecutive games for the first time all year. The first time that the Baysox have eclipsed 4 in 5 tries. Bowie had 4 different win streaks of 4 consecutive games earlier in this season, including one that actually carried into a series at FNB Field in Harrisburg, but they were never able to get it to 5 until last night when they demolished the Senators 14-3. And it continued what's been just kind of the constant trend for the Baysox over the last few days. Score early, and then maybe chill for a little bit, and then pick up scoring right away and score late, score often. You miss out on maybe 1 or 2 weddings, but you're scoring plenty. Bowie scoring 14 runs for the second time in just a 4-game span, as they have been one of the hottest teams offensively in the Eastern League, not to mention one of the best teams pitching-wise in the Eastern League. Their bullpen ERA has dropped down now to a 4.11, still just the 5th highest in the Eastern League, but when you compare that to the fact that at the end of the first half, Bowie relievers had the highest ERA in the Eastern League. That tells you how big of a difference it's been here in the second half for Bowie and the bullpen. But they'll try to make it 4 in a row to start this series and 6 in a row overall. If Bowie can get it done, they'll have won the season series with, well, I shouldn't say that. I'd be speaking too soon. They'd have tied the season series with Harrisburg with 2 games left to play. They'd take a 9-7 lead, but they'd have won the series outright, of course, with an opportunity to maybe make it 5 in a row on Saturday. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. While the way Bowie is playing does make it seem that they could pick up their first series sweep of the season, you've got to take it game by game. So we'll start by focusing on today's game and get you set up with the numbers. As Bowie comes in for game number 99 on the season, a 48-50 record on the year, a 5-game winning streak. The Baysox are 8-2 over their last 10. They are 20-28 when playing on the road. Harrisburg comes in for game number 100 on the year, a 40-59 record, a 3-game losing streak for the Senators. They are just 3-7 over their last 10 and 19-29 when playing at home. Bowie is 21-8 in the second half. That is the best record in the Eastern League and tied for the second best record since the start of the second half in all of minor league baseball. Only the Yankees' AAA affiliate, Scranton Wilkes-Barre, has one more win in just one additional game. Bowie is still in first place in the Southwest Division here in the second half, 1 game ahead of the surging Erie Seawolves. Erie has also won 8 of their last 9 games, just as Bowie has. Harrisburg is 10-20 in the second half this season. They are 6th overall, last in the Southwest Division, 11.5 games behind Bowie in first, only 1/2 game behind Richmond in 5th place. But of course, Richmond's standings does not matter since they won the first half. Richmond is headed to the postseason no matter what. Your starting pitching matchup for tonight's game sees Brennan Hanafy go up against Jake Irvin, as Irvin comes in with an 0-4 record and a 5.22 ERA. He's been a consistent arm for Harrisburg despite those numbers. That initial eye test, the 0-4, the 5.22, that may make you just kind of turn away from it, look at it, and say, oh, it might not be something. But really, Irvin has been one of the more constant arms to get you through plenty of innings and not get too roughed up, because he really just hasn't been getting the run support that he needs. He's not allowed more than 4 runs in any of his starts with the Sens, and he's finished at least 5 innings in every start except for his Double-A debut, which is understandable. But again, he's not earned a win just because he's not been getting the run support. Because if you go in and you ask a guy to say, hey, give us 4 or fewer runs in 5 innings, that seems to be a reasonable ask. At least that's from this third-party observer. But it's to be said that Bowie and their starting pitching has been very, very good over the last few turns, to where they've only had, I think, 3 instances since the start of last month that a starting pitcher has allowed more than 3 runs. So maybe a little bit rose-colored with the glasses there, but you got to imagine Jake Irvin is hurting for a win at some point, considering the workhorse kind of mentality he's brought in to Harrisburg. His actually best start of the season came against Bowie at this ballpark back in early June. He spun 5 shutout innings but took a no decision as Bowie later tied the game in the 7th inning. It was only a 1-0 lead for Harrisburg when Irvin left, and Bowie tied the game at 1 forced extras, and the Baysox eventually lost in walk-off fashion 2-1 in 10 innings. Irvin can touch up to 97 miles an hour at points, and he does have a curveball and a changeup. He has been a bit of a fly ball pitcher this season, but he's played well to this ballpark's dimensions. He's only allowed 2 home runs, 38 strikeouts, and only 9 walks in 39 2/3 innings. But Bowie hasn't necessarily relied on the home run in this series. They do have a couple of big home runs, yes. Connor Norby notably has 2 of them, big blasts out to left field, but Bowie has been playing the alleys well at this ballpark. A lot of times getting runners on base and then having them go first to third on a single and then having them score on another single, an extra base hit here or there through those massive gaps in right and left center field. So while Irvin has not given up too many home runs this season, Bowie might still be able to tag him for a little bit without the home run. They can use the base hits and the good base running today. As Brennan Hanafy will start for the Baysox. It's his 4th start for Bowie, and he comes in following what isn't too hard to classify as his worst start with Bowie when he wasn't able to finish the first inning against Altoona last week. Allowed the first 4 batters of his start to reach safely. 3 different RBI doubles. Now, he was not too sure pitching to contact in essence, but he realized he could pull his slider out a little bit later on and picked up a couple of strikeouts on some swinging strike threes. Of course, you don't want to use the breaking stuff right away to make sure that you get guys used to it before you face them on a second trip through the order. But I think if Hannafy, since he's probably only still going to toss 3 innings at the most, won't necessarily see the full lineup 2 times through, so he could maybe pull out the slider and run with it pretty early to pick up some quick and early strikeouts, because you want to see a quick and clean day from Brendan Hannafy, as Bowie might go with some long relievers to follow him. I imagine we see a lot of Adam Stauffer today for the Baysox. We've got plenty to come on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. When we return, we chat with Connor Norby following another big day for the leadoff man last night. We get his thoughts on how the offense has been clicking. We're back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back in on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show, getting set for Game 4 in this 6-game tilt between Bowie and Harrisburg. We're sitting down with Connor Norby. Another massive home run last night. What was the pitch you hit out of there? That was a second moonshot. They both practically went to the same spot this series.
First night I was just looking for a heater. I got up in the count, and then last night staying heater and just kind of reacting, and he left something over the middle plate, and I put a good swing on it.
Whole offense is really clicking right now. 14 runs in 2 of their last 4 games at this point. What's kind of been the vibe about it? Just guys going up and bat meets ball, see ball, hit ball, going about things as you normally do today, and things just clicking right? Or would you categorize it maybe some other way?
I mean, when we were in Aberdeen, I thought our lineup was pretty good, and then I got here and Hudson Haskins in the 6 hole, and that's absurd to say, but we just feed off each other. There's not a weak spot in our lineup 1 through 9, and you can't pitch around anybody. They'll hurt you if you give them something to hit, and we just feed off each other really well. And when we get runners on it's like we're always scoring. And I feel like I make jokes in the dugout how I feel like I'm always on deck, because it's the truth. I feel like I'm always coming up to bat, which is a good thing, because 1 through 9 we bang right now.
I think they were trying to pitch around Joey Ortiz, it seemed like. I don't think I've seen a guy draw 4 walks and in all the 4 plate appearances see a grand total of 1 strike. Was he just getting bored in the dugout? What was happening there?
I kept making jokes to him and saying that they're scared of him, but he's like, nah, no chance. And I'm like, Joey, you've been up there 3 times and they haven't thrown you a legit strike yet. So you must be doing something right, because they don't want to pitch to you.
Do you like leading off? Like, what's that feeling like to go up and see the first pitch of the ball game be the one to settle in and kind of set the tone? And you've been doing it well, leading off with base hits for the last 3 nights.
I just try to get on base. I got really good hitters right behind me that can drive me in even if I'm on first base. I'm in scoring position with those guys. It's just table setter. As the guy who lead off innings and stuff, you just try to get on base and see what the pitcher's got, even if you get out, you try to relay what you've seen up there, what his fastball's looking like, or whatever he threw you. But it's just you try to set the table for the rest of the night, and leading off games with hits and just getting on base. It starts the momentum in the dugout for sure, and gets the offense going a little bit. And when we get going, it's hard to stop.
So we continue with Connor Norby here on the pregame show. One of the things that I've kind of caught over the course of this series, I think it has something to do with just the big outfield at this ballpark. There's a lot of going first to third, it feels like. Has that been an aggressive approach for you guys in terms of base running, or something that you've picked up, or is it just kind of something that you've taken advantage of and has fallen into your laps?
It's something that they preach to us, that we're going to be aggressive. There's a point between being too aggressive and aggressive for sure, just knowing that fine line. But we're always going to try to push the envelope, and that's what we preach every day. But yeah, the outfield it's a big outfield here, so we know we can take advantage of that, and we have been.
What do you think might even be next for this offense? Is it just kind of see how long this trend can carry? Because you obviously can't ask for 14 runs every fourth day. Maybe you can. I'm not the professional athlete, but it definitely seems like something that you just want to carry. Would that be the next step? Just see how far you can carry this momentum, this offensive run, before you start to focus on what to build on next?
I mean, ideally, you'd score 14 runs a night as an offense, but it's baseball, and it's sports in general. You're not going to get... It's just bound to happen. You're going to run into a few dry spells. Everyone does it. Mike Trout does it. And he makes the money he makes. It's bound to happen. But we've shown we can win in many different ways so far in these 30 games or whatever we've played since we've been here. And that's just all we have to continue to do is just put our best foot forward. That's all it comes down to. If we play better, we're going to win. And you just got to come ready every single night, get your work in, and take each pitch for what it's worth.
What's it been like working with Brandon Becker? There was a story that came out about him recently. I think it was in the Baltimore Sun, just kind of talking about how his age and his experience and his recency of playing in some of the same shoes that you guys had played helped him out to be a good and respectable coach. So what's kind of been your experience in working with Beck?
I think Beck's the man. He was one of the first guys that reached out to me after the draft, and he was one of the first guys I met when I got down to Florida for the first time, and he's pretty much been with me since day one, it felt like. He wasn't in Aberdeen, but I told him before at the end of spring training, I said, I'll see you soon. And he's unbelievable. All our hitting guys are unbelievable with Anthony Villa and Cody Ashley. Those are the three guys I lean on the most. Zach Cole did a great job in Aberdeen as well. But it's when you have guys that can relate to you like those guys can, you can't beat it. And especially I like talking to Ashley a lot because he's been there, and he came up with, when he made his debut, he was around really talented players and guys that you strive to be like. And you just pick their brains, what they're thinking, and it's been unbelievable so far with those guys.
Do they make it palatable to understand maybe some of the analytics and all of those like deep numbers and like the heat maps and the charts and the stuff they look at? Like, personally, I don't get to look at a lot of those charts that you guys get to look at, but how do they present it to you? Do they put it in a pretty easy to understand way that you can kind of see it, visualize it when you're at the plate and what you might need to be approaching a specific pitcher with?
I've seen it a couple times. If you ask for it, they'll show you, but it's not something that they're going to try to show you every day, just because I think it can really only hurt a player. Every player kind of knows their strengths and weaknesses, especially at this point in the season.
They just kind of tell you. They just kind of say, it's like, hey, we're going to try and approach it this way, something like that.
Yeah, they do. They explain everything to you, as long as they'll explain as much to you as you want to know. And some guys don't want to know anything. Some guys want to know everything. It's personal preference. And I've talked to them a handful of times with those analytical numbers that higher ups look at, and they've explained them to me. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you just try to hit a ball hard. Yep. That's my whole thought process, and I'm pretty sure that's what everyone in that clubhouse thought process is.
You take the coaching in the cage and you bring it out, put it out there when you're at the plate.
Absolutely. It's what they've preached this year, and what we've been doing is brand new for the entire org, and it seems to be working. Yeah. You can't really argue too much with it. And I've loved it so far, and it's helped me a lot. I've grown a lot as a player because of it.
Well, I really appreciate that, Connor. Thank you so much for the time. That's a great way to put it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's Connor Norby. You're on the DCA Imaging Systems pregame show. We'll step aside, be back in a bit. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com.
It's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Coverage of the 2022 Bowie Baysox season is brought to you by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, DCA Imaging Systems, On the Green, Patient First, Royal Farms, Smile Doctors, and ZY Pyrotechnics. And now, live from the ballpark, it's time for Bowie Baysox Baseball.
We're ready to go from FNB Field in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's Game 4 of this 6-game series between the Harrisburg Senators and your Bowie Baysox. Glad you're with us. Matt Sabat is with you from City Island here in Pennsylvania's capital. And as Jake Irvin warms on the mound for the Senators, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off, it's the designated hitter, Connor Norby, followed by Colton Cowser in right field, batting second. Joey Ortiz is the shortstop. He's batting third. Cesar Pareto at third base, bats fourth. John Rhodes is in left field, batting fifth. Cody Roberts, the catcher, bats sixth. Toby Welk is at first base today. He'll be batting seventh. Greg Cullen is at second base, batting eighth. And Zach Watson is in center field. He'll be batting ninth. The Baysox are the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Keller. Calvin Christensen is the video coordinator. Lindsey Birchfield and Blake Wooten are the athletic trainers. Bowie is 48-50 on the season, a 5-game winning streak, their longest of the year. They're 8-2 over their last 10 and 21-8 when playing in the second half. And again, that Bowie lineup features Norby, Cowser, Ortiz, Prieto, Rhodes, Roberts, Welk, Cullen, and Watson, all to face off against Jake Irvin on the mound. FNB Field here in Harrisburg is 325 feet down the line to both left and right field, 400 feet to straightaway center field, 405 feet to the alleys in left and right field. As the tall right-hander Irvin finishes his warm-up tosses, Israel Pineda behind the plate scoops and fires to second base on the last delivery, and now Connor Norby can dig into the box and get us set for first pitch. Right-hander Norby hitting .264 this season, a .904 OPS in 27 games played. 6 doubles, a triple, 7 homers, 13 runs batted in as a bit of shadow pushes across the batting circle, but the rest of the infield soaked in sunlight. As Irvin sets, turns, kicks, and fires the first pitch in, it's a fastball called for strike on the bottom edge of the zone, and we're underway at 7:02 p.m. on an 86-degree, partly cloudy, mostly sunny day here at FNB Field. 0-1 pitch to Norby, fouled off, popped behind home plate, and the count goes quickly to 0-2. Norby has led off each of the last 3 games for Bowie in this series with a base hit. The 0-2 misses high, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. He's been doing so fine for Bowie right now. Had a leadoff home run in game 1 of the set, a single and a run scored 2 days ago, and a single yesterday, but the next pitch is swung on and missed down and away for strike 3. So Irvin does what the previous 3 starting pitchers could not and retires Connor Norby to start the day, opens with a punch-out. Let's tell you about the rest of the defense around the starting pitcher. Trey Harris, Rudy Martin, and Justin Connell are your outfielders from left to right. Omar Merahildo is at third base. Jackson Clough is the shortstop. Darren Baker is at second, and Jack Dunn is at first. First pitch to Colton Cowser is called a strike on a breaking ball, bottom inside corner, and the count opens up at 0-1. Israel Pineda catches behind the plate for Jake Irvin on the mound. Next pitch to Cowser, misses up and away a ball, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. .323 average for Cowser, a 1083 OPS in 27 games played, 7 doubles, no triples, 7 home runs, and 19 runs batted in for the Baysox this season. Here's the 1-1. Lifted out toward right center field and deep. It sends Martin running back. He's stopping at the wall, and this one is gone. Colton Cowser says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season is a massive blast to straightaway center field. And for the 4th consecutive game, the Baysox have struck in the first inning. It's 1-0. 102 miles an hour off the bat and 430 feet away from home plate to straight center, hit off of the top of the batter's eye. And Cowser has his 20th RBI this season. After going without a homer for a handful of days, he's back on the board, and now here's Joey Ortiz. That was Cowser's first home run since the Altoona series. First pitch. Ortiz watches a called strike on the outside edge of the zone, and it's 0-1. 0-1 pitch, called a strike again. A lot of called strikes early on here for Jake Irvin as it goes to 0-2 on Ortiz, who's batting .263 this season. .752 OPS in 90 games. Next pitch, poked over towards short. Picked up by Jackson Clough between the legs, and he sends it to first in time. 6-3 put out, and there's 2 away. Your umpiring crew for today's game, you've got Tanner Moore, the crew chief, over at third base. Scott Hart is at first base today, and Jen Powell is calling the balls and strikes behind home plate. Here's Cesar Pareto. First pitch is a fastball, called a strike in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1 to start. Next offering to the lefty misses down in a breaking ball, and the count runs even at 1. A .283 average for Pareto this season, a .705 OPS in 56 games played. 16 doubles, no triples, 2 homers, 25 runs batted in. Next offering popped foul left side, and the count goes to 1-2. Jake Irvin, a 6'6", 225-pound, 25-year-old righty from Edna, Minnesota, 4th-round draft selection in 2018. Pitched at Oklahoma. Or rather, Oklahoma. Well, yeah, Oklahoma. I get them mixed up sometimes. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fortunately, I'm not from Oklahoma, or I'd probably get in trouble for making those mistakes. Pareto goes down swinging on a high fastball, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts for Irvin, but a solo home run for Colton Cowser. And Bowie has a 1-0 lead moving into the bottom of the first. Bowie 1, Harrisburg on the way up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, for the 4th consecutive game, the Bowie Baysox have a lead going into the bottom of the first inning for their starting pitcher. to try and manage with. A lot of times it's been going pretty well. As Brennan Hanafy warms on the mound for the Baysox, the starting lineup for the Harrisburg Senators that he'll face looks like this. Leading off in center field, you've got Rudy Martin, followed by Darren Baker at second base, batting second. Jack Dunn is at first base. He bats third. Wilson Garcia, the designated hitter, bats fourth. Trey Harrison, left field, bats fifth. Israel Pineda, the catcher, bats sixth. Justin Connell is in right field. He'll bat seventh. Omar Merihildo at third base, eighth. And Jackson Clough is the shortstop, batting ninth. Harrisburg is the AA affiliate of the Washington Nationals, managed by Trip Keister, assisted by Justin Lord, Micah Franklin, Oscar Salazar, and T.D. Swinford is the athletic trainer. As Hanafy steps and fires the first pitch in, it's a fastball, misses wide to Martin. It's 1-0 to start. Harrisburg is 40-59 on the season, a 3-game losing streak, 10-20 in the second half. Hanafy delivers the next, and it's down and inside. A bit of a flinch for Martin, but he read it well. Count to 2-0. And again, the Harrisburg lineup features Martin, Baker, Dunn, Garcia, Harris, Pineda, Connell, Merihildo, Clough. The 2-0, he squares, pulls back, but it's a fastball right down Broadway. Run the count to 2 balls and a strike now. As Bowie is trying to win their 6th straight, 2-1 pitch. Served to the left side, a base hit. Past the shifted Joey Ortiz on the pull side. And Martin opens the day with a single, extends his hit streak to 5 consecutive games. It's Martin's 4th hit of this series in just 9 at-bats. He's not drawn a walk, does have a home run. And now here's Darren Baker, who's also been having a pretty good series. .279 average for Baker this year, a .716 OPS in 11 games. No doubles or triples, a homer, 3 runs batted in. As the first pitch comes in, and he squares, pokes it to third, well read. Prieto bare hands, fires to first, and it's late. That's an infield bunt single for Darren Baker. A beauty up the line. In all fairness, Toby Welk at first base made sure that that ball didn't get past him. He had to dive in front. But a good bunt single for Baker puts tying run in scoring position. Go-ahead run already on base with no one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Brennan Hanafy already hoping to potentially avoid the disaster that he had last week against Altoona, was unable to finish the first inning. As Jack Dunn digs in. Right-hander hitting .255 this season with a .687 OPS in 71 games. 12 doubles, no triples, 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Hanafy steps off the back of the rubber for 1 second before delivering the first pitch to Dunn. Now he comes set. Fires the first, and Dunn watches fastball just miss, maybe a bit inside. Count starts out at 1-0. Dunn's drawn a pretty good portion of walks against the Baysox this season. Doesn't strike out as often as he does overall on the year. 1-0. Bounce to third, could be 2, maybe 3. Prieto steps on third and fires to first alone, gets it there. Baker will go to second base. Martin is retired on the 5 unassisted 3 double play. Got my hopes up for a potential triple play, but you saw Baker. He was booking it up the line. Prieto, I don't even think, looked at second base. Well, that was a bouncing ball right to third. And a well-turned twin killing for Cesar Prieto. 7th double play that Dunn has hit into this season. Tying run still in scoring position, but now only the go-ahead run is at the plate for Wilson Garcia. First pitch bounces in, fastball misses low, and it's 1-0. Defense for Bowie from left to right in the outfield. You've got John Rhodes, Zach Watson, Colton Cowser. Cesar Prieto is at third base. Joey Ortiz is at short. Greg Cullen at second. Toby Welk at first. And Cody Roberts catching behind the plate for Brennan Hanafy on the mound. .267 average for Garcia, .775 OPS, the 1-0. Fastball skims inside for a called strike. It's 1-1. 92 games for Garcia this year. 20 doubles, no triples, 15 home runs, and 53 runs batted in. As Hanafy sets, runner at second, 2 away. Bowie leads 1-0 in the first. Next pitch, serve deep out to right field. Oh, he's done it again. Cowser runs back, and there it goes. Wilson Garcia's 16th home run of the season, and his 6th against Bowie is a 2-run shot to jump Harrisburg ahead. They lead 2-1. That's the first home run that Hannafy has allowed this season. 95 miles an hour off of the bat and 362 feet away from home plate. Garcia just tortures Bowie. It seemed to be that the leaf was turning just a little bit over the start of this series, but Garcia wasn't going to let it go all the way. He's now got 15 RBI against the Baysox alone in 55 all season. Here's Trey Harris, first pitch. Misses high, and the count starts out at 1-0. Harris 3 for 8 in his 2 games with Harrisburg. Traded over from Atlanta ahead of the deadline. A double, no triples, no homers. He's driven in 1 run. Next pitch is swung on him is low, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Brennan Hannafy, 6'5", 215-pound, 24-year-old right-hander from Harrisonburg, Virginia. 4th-round draft selection from Ashby High School in 2016. Fires the 1-1, and it's swung on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes now. 0-1 record for Hannafy, a 9.45 ERA in 3 games all starts. But he has short outings, so the ERA is inflated as the 1-2 is lifted out to right center field, again deep, but Kauser sees it, and he makes the catch on this one, ending the inning. But Harrisburg jumps ahead. Wilson Garcia continues his march on Bowie. A 2-run home run to make it 2-1 Senators. We're on to the second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, the Baysox are getting radical on Thursday, August 18th as we go back to the 80s. Get that perm done up, rip off those jeans, and toss on your jean jacket for the 80s Rewind Night. A totally tubular night of the greatest musical decade with live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30. So head on back to the 80s with the Bowie Baysox on Thursday, August 18th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
On to the second inning here in Harrisburg, a 2-1 Senators lead. A couple of home runs in this one, a solo blast by Colton Kauser, and a 2-run shot by Wilson Garcia have done the damage so far. As we're on to the top of the second, John Rhodes will lead off. First pitch home to Rhodes is called a strike. Outside edge on a changeup there from Jake Irvin. It's 0-1. Rhodes, Roberts, Welk, those set to bat in this half inning for Bowie. 3 for 14 in 3 games at Double-A for John Rhodes. Next pitch. Misses down and away, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Jake Irvin, 0-4 this season, a 5.22 ERA in 8 games all starts. 39 and 2/3 innings. He struck out 38 and walked 9. Next pitch, grounded over to second. Picked at the shoulder by Darren Baker. He throws a little bit wide to first, but it's in time. 4-3 putout, and Rhodes is retired to start the inning. Irvin had only allowed 2 home runs in his 39 and 2/3 innings entering today's game before giving up the blast there to Colton Kauser, but he has been a fly ball kind of pitcher for Harrisburg this season. Ground ball to fly ball ratio of only 0.85 as he fires the first in here to Cody Roberts. It misses high, a fastball at 96. Count starts out at 0-1. His fastball can get there. Tops out at around 97 at points as they play Roberts straight up on the infield. 1-0 pitch. Fastball. No, the changeup called for strike on the lower outside corner. It's a ball and a strike now. 254 average for Roberts this season, a 737 OPS in 53 games. As the 1-1 comes home, and it's called a strike. Run the count to a ball and 2 strikes now on another changeup lower outside corner. 6 home runs, 31 runs for Roberts. He had yesterday off, but has hits in each of his last 4 games. Here's the 1-2. And Roberts watches called strike 3. Fastball, punch the upper outside corner, and Roberts has a couple of parting words about that. I'm honestly not too sure I agree with him on some of those. A handful of those pitches looked like they were fine in the zone. That's the 3rd strikeout for Jake Irvin. First backwards. 2 up, 2 down here to start the 2nd inning. Now Toby Welk. First pitch. Welk watches a fastball, called for strike on the outside edge. A lot of great run early on here for Jake Irvin, especially from his fastball. You don't see a fastball freeze too many batters, but that's just kind of what's happening here. The 0-1. Served up the middle, but right to Baker. He was shifted into it and makes the scoop to fire to first in time. 4-3 putout on a quick frame for Jake Irvin. 3 up, 3 down, 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. Bowie trails 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service, and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
We're on to the bottom of the 2nd inning here at FMB Field in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 2-1. If I'm not mistaken, the first time that the Baysox have actually trailed in this series. Harrisburg has come back to tie plenty of games, but they've never actually taken the lead until just now, as Brennan Hannafy continues on the mound for the Baysox and fires a first pitch strike on the upper inside corner to Israel Pineda. 0-1 to start. Pineda, Connell, and Marahildo set to bat in this half inning for Harrisburg as the next pitch is fouled off back to the screen. It's 0-2. 294 average for Pineda this season, and 1118 OPS in 9 games. 2 doubles, no triples, 5 home runs, 13 runs batted in. He's only 1 for 7 in this series, however, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Here's the 0-2. Bounces in, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Again, very short outings for Brennan Hannafy with Bowie this season, but the reason understandable. Underwent Tommy John surgery at the start of 2021 and didn't get back to pitching in live action until the start of June, as the next offering is swung on and missed for strike 3. Curveball down and away. Great break on that pitch for Hannafy, his first punch out of the day. And there's 1 gone here in the 2nd inning. But 6 2/3 innings for Hannafy. That's now his 12th strikeout. When you say 7 1/3, or technically 8 overall, he's only walked 2 batters. So it's just been a lot of contact that has hampered Hannafy. Opponents hitting him at a 286 clip this year. And the first pitch to Justin Connell hits him. Fastball inside, got the hand, and Connell is hunched over on the third base line, gripping it tightly. It's the left hand, maybe his wrist, I'm not sure, and now he's walking up the line. He shook his head at the dugout. Is he saying he wanted the athletic trainer to come out? It seems to be that is the case, but well, no, looks like he's just going to head up the line. He took his helmet off. I thought he was going to leave the game for a second, but he was just dropping his gloves and his guards. down for the bat boy to take back to the dugout, and Connell will just take his base. I suppose just that initial shock of the skim on the hand. So now we go on to Omar Merihildo. First pitch to him is called a strike. Fastball outside edge of the zone, and it's 0-1. 240 average for Merihildo, a 921 OPS in 8 games. No doubles or triples. Already 3 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Runner at first, 1 away as Bowie trails 2-1. Next pitch, check swing, pitch in the dirt. Roberts going to ask for an appeal. No, they'll just say it's ball 1. Connell, a stolen base threat. 12 attempts this season. He's been caught 4 times. Well, now they're putting a strike up on the board. I guess they're saying that he went. I thought it was just straight 1-1. I didn't see anyone anywhere signal a strike. Next pitch misses down and away. So if I'm set to follow the scoreboard here, it sounds that we're running the count to a ball and 2 strikes now. It's something and something, I can tell you that much. Next offering, Hannafy fires a fastball just wide. And again, if we're following the scoreboard, that means the count should be 2-2. Third base playing a little bit in, the middle infielder's playing deep. As the next pitch misses outside. So that does confirm it now. That's ball 3, and it runs the count full. This is only the 3rd full count that Hannafy has allowed this season. Batter's 1 for 2, a strikeout and a walk. 3-2. Fouled off, hits off of home, and rolls to the left side as the count stays. Merihildo doesn't have a base hit on full counts yet this season. He has drawn 2 walks against the strikeout. Nice sunny day here at the ballpark in Harrisburg. We haven't gotten too much sun over the course of this series. Another payoff, instead a pickoff throw over to first base. We'll wait on the 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Runner goes, and it's swung on and missed low for strike 3. Throw from Roberts to second is in time. The slide from Connell went a little bit wide, and I don't think he made the transfer properly. Tried to slide around while keeping his hand on the bag and get his foot over there, but I think he pulled the hand off before he got his foot on. It's a strike him out, throw him out, double play. Second strikeout for Brendan Hannafy in a scoreless second inning. Third inning coming up. Bowie trails 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
On to the third inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 2-1. Greg Cullen will lead off, and the first pitch to him is a fastball, misses too far inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. Well, as I woke up today and had the day rolling along, seemed to be that the voice was starting to come back ever so slightly, piece by piece, as the 1-0 to Cullen misses down for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes from Irvin. And I tell you, I suppose just the energy that goes into putting together a broadcast for you taxed me instantly more than I had initially thought. 2-0 to Cullen is swung on and missed high, a fastball. Count goes to 2-1. Because a lot of that energy, a lot of the volume out of my voice, the range, just kind of disappeared as soon as we got done with the middle of the first inning. Not even. First batter, I feel. Greg Cullen hitting .247 this season in .805 OPS in 31 games as the next pitch misses inside. That fastball from Irvin might not do so well against the left-handers, I suppose. Count goes to 3 balls and a strike. Of course, he gave up the home run to Colton Cowser back in the first inning. He did strike out Cesar Prieto. Those are the only 3 lefties, along with Cullen, as the 3-1 pitch is swung on him, missed down. Count runs full. Irvin on the season has opponents hitting just 3 for 16 against full counts. He struck out 8 and walked 4. Base is empty, no one out here in the top of the third. As the payoff comes in, and Cullen swings through a high fastball. He worked ahead 3-1, but strikes out swinging. That's the 4th on the day for Jake Irvin against just 8 batters faced. Now here's Zach Watson. Right-handers hitting .187 this season, a .572 OPS in 69 games. First pitch home. Misses down and away, a curveball. Count starts out at 1-0. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 7 home runs, 20 runs batted in for Watson. He hasn't had the best of seasons against Harrisburg specifically. As Irvin holds ball in glove, standing tall before setting, turning heel quickly and firing the next. Watson flinches on a fastball high. Runs the count to 2-0. Watson has just an .083 batting average against Harrisburg. He has drawn a handful of walks. Well, just hasn't been putting the ball in play. 2-0 pitch. Half swing and a high fastball. They'll appeal on this one, and the first base umpire says he went around. That was the right call. Honestly felt as if the home plate umpire would have rung him up on it first. But it runs the count to 2-1 on Watson. As the next pitch in from Irvin is outside. Changeup runs the count to 3-1, so back-to-back 3-ball counts for Jake Irvin. He's been a pretty efficient pitcher this season. And I said it, he just hasn't gotten run support this year. 3-1. Fouled off back to the screen, so now consecutive full counts for the right-hander. Irvin was much like Brennan Hanafy in that he essentially missed 2 whole years. As the 3-2 comes home, and it's high for ball 4. Bowie gets their second base runner of the day. After Colton Cowser's solo home run in the first inning, Zach Watson draws the free pass. And there's 1 on with 1 out here in the top of the third. Yeah, Irvin did not appear in 2021 as he was rehabbing from Tommy John surgery that he underwent in October of 2020. So his rehab timeline was a little bit earlier than Brennan Hanafy's, because Hanafy underwent the knife in May of 2021. As we go back to the top of the lineup for Connor Norby, the first pitch into him is a changeup called for strike on the outside edge of the zone. 0-1 to start. Norby struck out swinging in the first inning. As Irvin holds, first time he's actually dealing with a runner on base. He spins and fires back to first, but it's just a bit late. Watson slides under the tag, and we'll wait on the 0-1 pitch to Norby. Well, they had a rain delay over in Altoona, but I think they're going to get back to action in about 15 minutes as the next pitch to Norby is swung on and missed down. It's 0-2. Problem is, though, is that, of course, since Altoona is only about 2 hours-ish west of here, pretty much any cell that hits PNG Field in Altoona is almost very likely to hit Harrisburg. 0-2 pitch. Norby watches high fastball, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Fortunately, however, we have been seeing shrinking percentages of rain, shrinking chances, and we might be able to go through this evening dry if we're lucky. 1-2 pitch, down and away, back pick to first, a little bit late. Throw was a little bit into foul territory as well as the count runs even at 2 on Norby. Zach Watson was able to scamper back in safely. But it does run the count even at 2. Watson on the season has attempted 4 steals. He's been caught only once. Israel Pineda has only seen 6 attempts. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Down and away. And Norby is down on strikes for the second time tonight. 5th overall for Jake Irvin. And now on to Colton Cowser. Well, the shadows have started to overtake the rest of the field now. Looks like we might have had a cloud just pass by the sun, but still plenty of sunlight while the lights have gone on. First pitch to Cowser misses way high. Fastball at 94, but pretty much off of the TrackMan readout. Count starts out at 1-0. Cowser served a 1-1 pitch out to deep center field, 430 feet back in the first inning. As another pickoff throw to first comes in just a tad bit late. Watson is getting a couple of big secondary leads over at first base. And Irvin doesn't have that bad of a motion back to the mound. And there he goes. Next pitch misses down. Throw to second is high, and Watson is in safely. Good read. After the attempted pickoff, Watson was booking it. 4th stolen base of the season for Watson. He represents a tying run now in scoring position with 2 outs and now a 2-0 count on Colton Cowser. Big hitter's opportunity here for Cowser. You hit it into the gap, even a single would score the run. Pitch home. Fastball misses inside, brushed him a little, maybe. But the count goes to 3-0. Again, Bowie trails by just 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Cowser has the only base hit for the Baysox. Here's the next, and it's high ball 4. A 4-pitch walk from Jake Irvin, his 2nd walk of the day, both in this inning. And it extends the frame now for Joey Ortiz. Bowie only has 3 base runners total in this game, but Irvin is stretching himself a little bit on the pitch count. Still has a decent strike ratio, but that's now 44 pitches in 2 2/3 innings. Ortiz grounded out to the shortstop his first time up. Here's the first pitch, and he swings through it. High fastball. Nothing in 1 to start. Oh, it's hits in 20 of his last 21 games right now for Joey Ortiz. It's been the best run from any individual hitter this season for Bowie, including a 12-game hit streak. 0-1. Called a strike. That fastball was right down Broadway. But again, a lot of great movement, both planes for Irvin, as Ortiz is going to call for time. I think he might got some sweat or some of his eye black in his eye. He stepped fully outside of the circle and onto the grass, took his helmet off, and was just rubbing his eyes as quickly as he could to try and clear whatever obstruction it was. Of course, for a batter, aside from the bat, your eyes are really your biggest tool, your most important tool. The 0-2 pitch bounces in, kept in front by Pineda. He sheds the mask while pushing it a bit up the line, but the runners stay put. As that curveball missed a bit down, and it's a ball and 2 strikes now on Ortiz. Well, it was such a funky day for Joey Ortiz yesterday. They were just, whether they were intending to or not, he just looked like Barry Bonds out there with the fact that no one wanted to throw him a strike. First Baysox batter all season to draw 4 walks. 1-2 pitch, called strike 3. Fastball at the top half of the zone. Again, that movement has been fooling batters from Jake Irvin. His called strikes are way up there. He strikes out 3 in the 3rd inning and strands a tying run at second base. Bottom of the 3rd coming up as Bowie trails 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at Baysox.com.
We're on to the home half of the third inning here at F&B Field in Harrisburg as Bowie trails 2-1. Brennan Hanafy will continue on the mound. The way he's been pitching, the way the trend has been going, this might be the last inning he tosses as he'll face 9-1-2 in the Harrisburg lineup, starting with Jackson Clough. First pitch into Clough is swung on and missed. Went with the slider outside, and it's 0-1 to start. 186 average for Clough, a 559 OPS in 80 games. 0-1 from Hanafy, misses upside. And the count runs even at a ball and a strike. 12 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, 17 runs batted in. So it'll be Clough, then Rudy Martin and Darren Baker, 3 straight left-handers to face off against Hanafy here as the next pitch misses up and away again. Changeup runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. 2-run home run for Wilson Garcia in the first inning, each side with a homer in the first. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hanafy, still a valued prospect in the Orioles organization. He was twice named an Orioles minor league all-star, 2018 and 2019, as the 2-2 comes in, and it misses down and inside to run the count full. Second full count that Hanafy has worked. He had Omar Marahildo full before striking him out in the second. Now the payoff. Swinging a line drive out toward right center field and deep. Cowser running back. He's at the warning track. He leaps at the wall and he pulls it down. Colton Cowser takes away another. The robberies continue from the right fielder. And Clough is devastated as he jogs back to the dugout. Colton Cowser has done it again. Second time this season, he stole a home run away in center field back when Bowie was playing against Altoona. And now he's taken one away from Clough here in the third inning to open things up. Keep Hanafy a little bit clean as the first pitch here to the leadoff man, Rudy Martin, is bounced to short. Picked on the run by Joey Ortiz from behind the bag. He sends it to first, and it's in time. Good opening pitch there from Hanafy. Went with a sinker down. And Martin taken down on just one quick pitch, already 2 gone here in the third. Now Darren Baker. First pitch misses up and away. One out to Baker, called a strike in the lower inside corner. And the count runs even at 1. As Hanafy turns and delivers the next, it swung on and booped out toward left center, or left field rather, that'll touch down toward the line, where it's picked up and fired back to the infield by John Rhodes, holding Baker at a single. But it's a 2-hit day for Darren Baker after he laid down the bunt single in the first inning. That eventually brought him around to score on Wilson Garcia's 2-run home run. As the inning extends now for Jack Dunn. Dunn hit into a double play back in the first. Runner at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. First pitch misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. 6 first pitch balls so far for Brennan Hanafy against the 12 batters he's faced. The 1-0. Called a strike. Runner goes. Throw to second is not in time. Just a minute late. Baker got the hand in just safe and made the transfer. And now here comes Tim DeJohn to argue about it. I assume he's saying something along the lines of how it was similar enough to Justin Connell being caught stealing back in the second inning. But I really do think the way that Connell had slid around to try and avoid the tag, pulled his hand off of the bag for a brief moment when he tried to transfer to the foot. Darren Baker instead here, while picking up his second steal of the season, definitely seemed to get the hand in first and just led with the hand the entire way, made the transfer pretty much after he was done. Here's the 1-1 pitch, bounces in, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Dunn. Well, it's still on Hanafy now to just get out of the inning. There's not going to be any love lost if he just strands that runner. Strike out the batter, get him to pop out, whatever you want. Here's the 2-1. Check swing, down and away, curveball, and the count runs to 3 balls and a strike on Dunn. Hanafy has a lot of times had his limit be around 50 pitches per start. He's not actually thrown more than 50 in any of his starts this season. A lot of times he's hovered around the high 40s. And this next one is number 41, 3-1 pitches, down and away for ball 4. So he walks his first batter today and 3rd of the season. And I wonder if Bowie is going to get anyone up and moving now in response to that. It's probably going to come soon, as bullpen catcher Wagner Ramirez is walking out now to the bullpen from the dugout. Wilson Garcia steps in, and of course you need to be careful with him. Switch hitter bats lefty in the first pitch, misses down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. So 7 first pitch balls against 13 batters for Brendan Hanafy so far. Garcia had the 2-run home run on a 1-1 count. Back in the first inning, he hit it out to deep right field. Here's the 1-0. Bounces in, skips off of the catcher's chest, and the runners will advance as Roberts had to chase it out toward in front of the Harrisburg dugout. Wild pitch. Puts 2 into scoring position now, and Bowie already doesn't want to get too far out of hand. They already trail 2-1. But Jake Irvin for Harrisburg is pitching well, only allowed 1 hit. The solo home run for Colton Kauser. And now here comes Josh Conway, not too happy with what he's seeing. Get a chance to take a look around the rest of the Eastern League right now, as there's a rain delay still over in Altoona. They were anticipated to get going around right now. They were looking at 7:45, so we'll see if that one gets back to action soon. Binghamton and Somerset had to complete a suspended game earlier today. It was suspended in the 3rd. They picked it back up today and finished out an 11-8 Binghamton win. It was honestly a lot larger of a lead than that for Binghamton. Somerset just made a late push, but they still had no chance. And they're playing their regularly scheduled game right now. In the bottom of the 2nd, Somerset leads 1-0. So 2-0, the count on Garcia here. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. Next pitch. Fastball misses inside, and the count goes to 3-0. Reading leads Hartford 1-0 in the middle of the 4th. Erie ahead of Portland 2-1 in the 7th inning. Erie just doesn't want to lose. 3-0. Called a strike, inside edge, and it's 3-1 on Garcia. And then New Hampshire, a 1-0 lead over Richmond right now at Delta Dental Stadium. 3-1 to Garcia. Bouncing ball right side, foul. Picked in the first base coach's box, and the count runs full. Hannafy trying to keep it a one-run game. Send us into the fourth inning on what's probably his last frame of work. As he sets here, second and third, 2 away. The 3-2 to Garcia. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It hits off of his foot. It rolls up the line, and Hannafy will throw it to first base to complete the putout. As Garcia had no opportunity at that devastating slider down and inside and hobbled himself at the same time. Third strikeout for Brendan Hannafy completes a scoreless third inning, stranding 2 in scoring position. Fourth inning coming up. Bowie trails 2-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Fourth inning here in Harrisburg as Bowie still trails 2-1. Cesar Pareto will lead off for the Baysox and squares on the first pitch but can't make contact. Tried to run it up the line, a changeup down and away. And it's 0-1 to start on the left-hander. Jake Irvin continues on the mound. He's at a pretty good rate of strikes so far. He struck out 6 batters over his first 12 faced. Walked a pair, allowed a solo home run. That's been his line. Next pitch, Prieto swings through a breaking ball away, and it's already 0-2. Prieto struck out swinging on a 1-2 pitch back in the first inning. It'll be Prieto, then John Rhodes, and Cody Roberts in this frame. 0-2 pitch. Bounces in. Did that hit off of his foot? I mean, it skipped away somewhere and rolled over to the left side. I think they're saying it might have hit off of the catcher, and the count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Prieto didn't seem to think it hit him. But he'll dig back into the box, and he'll try again. Shift on for the lefty. Here's the 1-2, and Prieto swings and misses. Fastball up and inside. Bowie does not have an answer just yet for Irvin's fastball, and that's his 7th strikeout here on just 1 batter into the 4th inning. Season high for Irvin is 8. That was in 5 1/3 innings against Richmond, in which he allowed 4 runs in a losing effort. Well, I mentioned it, Harrisburg has not given him much run support. The final score of that game was 5-1. First pitch home to John Rhodes, misses down and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Rhodes grounded out to second base back in the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curveball misses just high, and the count goes to 2-0. Well, it seems to be that Altoona and Akron have resumed their game over at PNG Field in Altoona. Hopefully whatever rain it hit them breaks up through the mountains before it gets to us. The 2-0 to Rhodes, misses wide. Fastball runs the count to 3-0. See now if Irvin tries to use his fastball away a little bit, so now that Bowie batters have just watched it sail through so often, maybe on the second trip through they'll swing and miss. As the 3-0 pitch misses high. Fastball again, and a 4-pitch walk to John Rhodes. Third walk given up by Irvin today. Tying run is on base now. This is the most walks that Irvin has allowed in a single game all season. And of course, Bowie was devastatingly frustrating for Harrisburg pitching yesterday. They drew 13 walks, a season's high for a single game for both sides. First pitch to Cody Roberts, misses wide. Curveball runs the count to 1-0. That's 5 straight out of the zone for Irvin. Soft lead at first for Rhodes. No attempts yet in his brief Double-A career as the 1-0 comes in and Roberts pops it up. Foul ground right side. First baseman Dunn is ranging, but it gets out of play. Count will go even at a ball and a strike. Well, I love when you think about it sometimes just how diverse the Eastern League is at points. When you look at Altoona and you look at Harrisburg and how close they are, but how different they are, in terms of just their general regions, 1-1 to Roberts is fouled off back to the screen. A ball and 2 strikes now. Altoona, you can't necessarily call it too isolated, but it is one of the more isolated towns in the league. They've got a very homely appearance, but their ballpark very reminiscent of Camden Yards, very brick built, as the next pitch to Roberts is smashed foul out toward the left side. That one will touch down off of a tent in the area and roll onto the concourse. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. And then you just travel an hour and a half, 2 hours east of Altoona, depending on how fast you go in your car. And you'll wind up here at City Island in downtown Harrisburg, the capital of the state. 1-2 to Roberts, swinging a line drive right center field, falling quickly and down for a base hit past the diving glove of Justin Connell. This will allow Rhodes to go first to third. He stops there. The throw goes a bit wild, but it's backed up. Roberts goes into second base with a double, his 11th of the season, and Bowie's back in business. Tying run at second base, go-ahead run in scoring position with only 1 out here in the top of the 4th. A bit intriguing, I think, for Justin Connell to go after that one. That was a very tough play. If it was more of a line drive, I think it'd be easier to justify diving for that ball. But that was more of a bloop. You could call it the Texas Leaguer. Connell dove for it, and fortunately enough for him, Rudy Martin was not too far behind to be able to back it up after it hit off of Connell. Now here's Toby Welk, first pitch. Fastball misses high, and it's 1-0 to start. Welk grounded out to the second baseman back in the second inning. If he does that again here, Bowie probably has the lead. Or not the lead, the tie. Here's the 1-0. And Welk smokes it foul right side. Count runs even at 1. That's so used to Bowie just being in tie games or being ahead in this series that it's still tough for me to catch up when Bowie is trailing. Not a bad problem to have, and shouldn't get used to it because, I mean, massive runs like what the Baysox have been on are unprecedented. You can't expect them to last forever, as fun as that would be. 1-1 pitch, and Welk watches a called strike. Fastball hits the outside edge. That's one of the first called strikes in a while for Jake Irvin. As it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes here. Second and third with only 1 out in the top of the 4th. Harrisburg ahead 2-1. As Irvin deals the next, and Welk reaches down for a breaking ball to foul it off left side. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, yeah, you've got Altoona, then you've got Harrisburg not too far, and then even closer to Harrisburg, you've got Reading, one of the most historic ballparks in minor league baseball. First Energy Stadium there is just incredible. The way that they've added and constructed to that 50-year-old beauty, the 1-2. Welk pops it foul again. Back behind home plate, and the count stays. And then, of course, Prince George's Stadium is not too far south of Harrisburg, probably about the same distance south as Altoona is west. Sitting in the suburb of Washington, D.C., just south of Baltimore as well. So many unique locales and beauties in the Eastern League. 1-2 pitch, and Welk drills it out to deep right center field. This is going to score the run. Backing up on it, Justin Connell. He squares, runs in a tad. He'll rip a bullet back home, but it's cut off. And Bowie has tied the game. A sacrifice fly by Toby Welk, and it's 2-2. That was a great throw by Justin Connell, but more so used to keep Cody Roberts from trying to advance. John Rhodes scores on the sacrifice. And now go-ahead run remains in scoring position for Greg Cullen. 7th RBI for Toby Welk this season. Cullen struck out swinging on a full count offering in the third, and the first pitch to him misses high. Count starts out at 1-0. Bowie is going to make one final trip to the ballpark that they have not visited yet this season. Following this week in Harrisburg, they go up to Akron. Pickoff throw to second, just off of the glove of Jackson Clough at short. Timing looked to be a little close. Cody Roberts could have been in trouble there. I imagine he shortens his lead now. Well, yeah, the throw was just a tad bit low, and Clough couldn't fully receive it. And Bowie will visit Akron for 7 games starting next week, rather. Not 6 games. The 1-0 to Cullen. Inside, brushed him. Nicked the elbow guard, and he's headed to first base. Hit by pitch for Irvin. That is his 3rd this season. And it's going to lead to a mound visit, as Irvin started with a quick strikeout, but then allowed a 4-pitch walk, a double, a sacrifice fly, and now a hit by pitch. But Akron's a very lovely town, kind of in the same relation to Bowie, considering its proximity to its parent organization in Cleveland. Akron not too far south of Cleveland. Their ballpark is practically just sat in the middle of downtown Akron. Bowie will go there next week for 7 games. 1 game, a doubleheader to make up for a lost game back at Prince George's Stadium in July. And then after Bowie goes home for 2 weeks, they hit the road to Erie, host Richmond for a week, and then close out the regular season back up in Akron for 6 days. First pitch here to Zach Watson. Misses up and away, a fastball. Count starts out at 1-0. Watson drew a walk and stole a base in the 3rd inning, but he was left at second base. A 2-2 game here in the top of the 4th. Bowie has just 2 hits. 1-0 to Watson. That one an interesting called strike, a little bit wide. Honestly, the previous pitch was closer into the zone. I suppose the assumption was that it was a little high. And that one definitely seemed to be a little bit outside. But it runs the count even at 1. And the next pitch to Watson is popped foul behind home plate. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes now. So it's up to 71 pitches now for Irvin. He entered this inning around 40. But he's got Watson behind on a 1-2. Next pitch, fastball misses way high, as Pineda had to pop up to pull it. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second, 2 away. The 2-2 to Watson. Misses outside. Fastball runs it full. Well, as I've been saying for a lot in this game, Brendan Hanafy probably only going to go 3 innings, but I'm mistaken, I believe. Bowie has not had a reliever warming up in the bullpen all inning. So Hanafy will most likely go on for the 4th. Bowie has now tied the game, of course, for him. And with a full count here on Zach Watson and a runner at second, maybe they can give him the lead. As Irvin sets. The 3-2 pitch. Roberts goes, and it's grounded foul. Cullen took off 2 at first base. Again, the way these gaps play in the outfield at FNB Field in Harrisburg, you hit a routine single to the gap and a runner at first can go straight to third without even a close throw. Runners go again, another payoff, and it's swung on and missed high for strike 3. Fastball would have been ball 4, but Watson couldn't lay off as Irvin strikes out his 8th batter, tying a season tie. But Bowie ties the game up on a walk, a double, and a sacrifice fly. As we move to the bottom of the 4th at FNB Field, it's 2-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Well, it's the night that all Orioles fans should have circled on their calendar. Sunday, August 21st, when the Baysox celebrate Birdland. We know you're already loud and proud at Prince George's Stadium, but you don't want to miss this game, as the Baysox will be giving away special mystery autographed items from the 2022 team. The first 750 fans ages 3 and up will receive a mystery autographed item, so be sure to get your tickets fast. Sunday, August 21st, the Birdland celebration. Go to Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Well, we're on to the bottom of the 4th inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as the Baysox and the Senators are tied at 2. Looks to be that Bowie has made a defensive change. Maverick Hanley will step in for the catching duties now, as Cody Roberts is done for the day. He lugged out a double in the 4th inning. Maybe he might have spun something up a little bit while sliding back in on an attempted pickoff a little bit earlier. So Hanley will catch. But Brendan Hannafy is going to continue on the mound for the Baysox. First time all season that Hannafy is moving into the 4th inning. And he'll face off against 5, 6, and 7 in the Harrisburg lineup to get it going. Trey Harris to lead off, then Israel Pineda and Justin Connell after that. As Harris popped out to right field back in the 1st inning. See what Hannafy can do. This is going to be the first time he passes 50 pitches all season. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball down and away, and the count starts out at 0-1. So again, Hanley catching now for Bowie. It's kind of like going from 1B to 1A or 1A to 1B. In terms of the catchers for Bowie, you never really have to worry about who you've got at the backstop. Next pitch grounded over to the right side. Tough play for Cullen, but he backhands it at the waist, fires a long throw to first, and gets it there. Very deep in the hole, a little bit above the bag for Cullen, but he was shaded well to get it, and it's a 4-3 putout to get things started. So now here's Israel Pineda. Pineda struck out swinging back in the second inning. First pitch fouled off. Hits it behind the screen, and the count starts out at 0-1. So this next pitch for Hannafy will be his 51st. First time he's thrown more than 50 pitches in an outing since 2019. Here it is. Swinging a foul, hits off of home plate, and the count to 0-2. Trey Mancini hitting a second home run for Houston now. A grand slam for the Astros as they play Cleveland up in Cleveland. Next pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Slider down and inside for Hannafy. Fourth inning, looking to be his best so far. His fourth strikeout, 2 in a row set down to start the frame. First time he's actually, well, no, second time he's done that. He did it in the third and allowed a single and a walk before getting out of it. So here's Justin Connell. First pitch to him, right-hander, peels back on a breaking ball inside. Count starts out at 1-0. So I'm partly mistaken, partly right. It's Trey Mancini's second home run with Houston, but it is his second home run of the game. He had a solo home run earlier in the game. It's his third with the Astros. Next pitch, called a strike. Fastball hits right down Broadway. It actually skipped off of the glove, however, of Maverick Handley, and it runs the count even at a ball and a strike. So Handley will take over for Roberts, batting 6th. So he won't get up unless Bowie has a big inning. Next pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-1 on Connell. Yeah, because Roberts batted 3rd in the last half inning for the Baysox. Bases empty, 2 outs. And Bowie does have a right-hander tossing in the bullpen now. 2-1. Half swing, pitch in the dirt, he went. Home plate umpire ringing him up on it that time as Connell couldn't pull back. Realized the changeup a little bit late. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Or 2 balls and 2 strikes, rather. And just as I had anticipated, Adam Stauffer is loosening. Can really take some bulk innings for Bowie. Pairs up well right now with Hannafy as he's trying to stretch himself out. 2-2. Down and away, another changeup, and the count runs full. Infield straight up on the right-hander as Hannafy has it. Kicks and fires the 3-2 pitch. It's down and away for ball 4. Second walk given up by Hannafy today. First time this season with Bowie that he's walked multiple batters in an appearance. And now on to Marihildo. Marihildo struck out on a full count back in the second inning. That actually ended the frame. First pitch, and it's down and away. Count starts out at 1-0. So Connell got caught stealing back in the second inning. It was the 5th time he'd been caught this year. And it was the 24th, or rather the 16th runner caught this season for Cody Roberts. But now it's Handley catching. We'll see if Connell tries his hand again. As the 1-0 comes in, and it misses down and away. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Well, I wonder if they're incrementally adding to the pitch limit for Brendan Hannafy. Again, it was sitting around 50 pitches for a very, very long time. I bet you it's around 60 right now. 2-0 pitch. Misses wide, and it's 3-0 on Marihildo. Because that was the 61st pitch. And if there is a bit of an incremental pitch limit, that would tell you that this is the last batter for Hannafy, no matter what the outcome is. Marihildo reaches or not. 3-0 is down and away, and a 4-pitch walk. Back-to-back walks for Hannafy. Handley is going to come out and talk. We'll see if Jim DeJohn comes out, and yes, he does. So whether that was the limit or not, Hannafy looks to be clearly at the limit. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and he's done. As Adam Stauffer will come in and try and keep this game tied. first and second with 2 away in the bottom of the 4th, a 2-2 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, it's a big chance for Adam Stauffer here in the bottom of the 4th inning as he comes on with 2 outs. Runners at first and second base of a tie ball game. Matt Sabat is with you from FNB Field in Harrisburg as Stauffer replaces Brennan Hanafy. Hanafy's line not closed, of course. Runners on base belong to him. But he did pick up his longest appearance of the season. 3 2/3 innings of 4 hit ball for Hanafy. So far he's allowed 2 runs. It could go up to 4. He struck out 4 batters and did walk a season's high 4 batters as well, including back-to-back batters leading to his exit. With runners at first and second and 2 outs, Stauffer will take over to face off against Jackson Clough. Adam Stauffer, a 6'7", 240-pound right-hander, 19th round draft selection in 2017, not too far from here in Coatesville High School in Pennsylvania. On the season for Bowie, he's made 18 appearances, gone 4-1 with a 3.40 ERA. Clough on the day, a fly out to right field. First pitch. Poked up the third base line. Corralled by Stauffer, sent to first, but wild, and it gets away. Runner's trying to score. Throw goes home, and it's offline. Runner scores. They go back to third, and they get the back end runner trying to advance. But Harrisburg takes the lead on a little poked single, a swinging bunt by Jackson Clough. A mess of a play, and it's 3-2. The run charged to Hanafy, and the inning is over. We're on to the 5th at FNB Field. Bowie trails by 1 again. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip. Because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Harrisburg's making a pitching change just as they've secured the lead into the top of the 5th inning. A 3-2 ball game with Francis Peguero taking over to face Connor Norby. First pitch, a swing and a miss. On a high fastball, it's 0-1. Matt Sabatas with you from F&B Field in Harrisburg. As Jake Irvin is done, he takes a no decision today on just 4 innings. Second shortest start of his season with the Senators. 0-1 pitch. Norby swings and misses on a low breaking ball. It's 0-2. 4 innings for Irvin. He allowed only 2 hits and 2 runs. Both were earned. He struck out 8, which tied a season's high, and walked 3, which was a season's high. 0-2 pitch to Norby, misses high. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. So those numbers combined, season high strikeouts, season high walks, that tells you why he threw a lot of pitches and why he could only finish 4 innings. He was near 80 as the 1-2 comes home, and Norby checks his swing and a pitch down. They'll appeal as it bounces up the line, and they ring him up on it. Norby's upset on that one because he didn't get the opportunity to run to first base on a slow roller. I don't think he would have gotten there anyway, but I think he's also upset that he was just rung up on it in general. So Peguero strikes out the first batter he faces in relief, and that's 9 overall for Harrisburg pitching today, as Colton Kauser will dig in now. Again, though, it's a no decision for Irvin. He's going to stay at 0-4 on the season for Harrisburg, as Colton Kauser waits for the first. He squares, pulls back, though, on a fastball away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Haven't seen too many bunt attempts from Colton Kauser this season. Francis Peguero making his second appearance in this series. 6'2", 170-pound, 25-year-old right-hander, make that 26 years old, from Hato Mayor in the Dominican. International free agent, signed 9 years ago, back in 2013. Fires the 1-0 to Kauser, and it misses high. Count goes to 2-0. Peguero has 25 appearances this season. 1-5 record, a 3.92 ERA, in 43 2/3 innings. The 2-0, and Kauser mashes it out to deep right center field. Martin's running back. He's curling around at the warning track. He hops, and he makes the catch up against the wall. He had it read at the last second. Kauser gave it another big drive. Probably could have gotten out at Prince George's Stadium. 406 feet away. Well, that's a deep right center field gap at this ballpark. And Kauser, it's robbed of one. In all fairness, Kauser did rob Jackson Clough of a home run earlier today, so I suppose it only seems too fair. But there's quickly 2 gone, and now here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch misses down, and it's 1-0 to start. Peguero is making his second appearance of this series. He was the losing pitcher back on Wednesday, as the 1-0 to Ortiz is fouled off left side. Count runs even at a ball and a strike. It was a 4-4 game when Peguero came in for the 7th inning, and he gave up a walk to Norby, a single to Kauser, and a go-ahead 2 RBI double to Ortiz. Made it 6-4. That would be the final score. Here's the 1-1 offering. And Ortiz lines it out to deep left field. Harris is running back, and he's going to stop. That one is way out of here. Joey Ortiz says goodbye. His 11th home run of the season is a game-tying solo blast in the 5th. Then it's 3-3. A big shot for Ortiz to extend his hitting streak to 13 consecutive games. Hits in 21 of his last 22, and boy, does he know when to come through for it. So now on to Cesar Prieto, seeing if he can join in on the fun. Shift on for the left-hander. As the first pitch comes in, and it's swung on and missed. Fastball high. Count starts out at 0-1. Can't say much about distance. The track man didn't actually catch the estimated distance on that batted ball, but I could tell you it was 100 miles an hour off the bat as Ortiz slices the next pitch out to left field. It's going the other way, and it'll touch down, roll to the corner. Picked up off of the wall by Trey Harris, and Prieto will go to second base standing. His 17th double of the season keeps the Baysox going here in the 5th inning with 2 outs. They've now got the go-ahead run in scoring position after they entered the frame trailing. That's 6 consecutive games for Cesar Prieto now as well. And now John Rhodes, who drew a walk his last time up. Prieto's season-high hit streak is 8 straight games. Had that back around the start of his Bowie tenure. And now he stands at second base with Rhodes, who's 0 for 1. First pitch, Rhodes watches fastball called for strike in the top half of the zone. Count opens up at 0-1. So it was 100 miles an hour off the bat for Ortiz, and they do have an additional sign well past the wall saying 388 feet at the team store. So I'd estimate it around 360. Here's the 0-1. Misses down and away. Good snap up by Pineda to try and frame it, but count runs even at a ball and a strike on Rhodes. It was a 4-pitch walk for him back in the 4th inning, and that led to Bowie tying the game at that point, 2-2, when Toby Welk lifted a sacrifice fly to score Rhodes. Next pitch, bounced over to third. Tough play, picked on the low hop by Omar Merihildo behind the knee, and he uprights and fires to first base. 5-3 putout ends the inning and strands a go-ahead run in second. But Bowie ties it up on Joey Ortiz's 11th home run of the season. We're halfway home at FNB Field. A fun game. It's 3-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Celebrate your Chesapeake pride on Friday, August 19th as the Baysox host Maryland's Baytoberfest at Prince George's Stadium. All things Maryland presented by Royal Farms with an upcoming special Baytoberfest beer stein and ticket package available. And with a big chance to celebrate all things Maryland, it wouldn't be complete without your very own Maryland flag-designed Baysox hat with Adley Rutschman and his number 35 patched on the side. It's the Maryland Baytoberfest and the Adley Rutschman hat giveaway Friday, August 19th at Prince George's Stadium. So get your tickets at baysox.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
We're on to the bottom of the 5th inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as Bowie has tied the game back up at 3. Joey Ortiz a solo home run for his 11th of the season, and that gives Adam Stauffer a little bit of room to work with as he starts with the top of the Harrisburg lineup here in the 5th. So the line is closed on Brennan Hanafy, 3 2/3 innings. He allowed 4 runs and 3 hits all earned, or 4 hits and 3 runs all earned. Switch those numbers up. 4 strikeouts and 4 walks. And before Stauffer delivers a pitch to Rudy Martin, he's hit with a pitch clock violation. So the count will start out at 1-0 before Martin even gets a chance to see something. So now here's the first pitch, and it's down and inside for a ball. Start the count out at 2-0 on Martin, who singled to left field in the first inning, but was taken out on a double play. Before doing anything in that frame, he grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. Here's the 2-0. Martin flinches on a fastball called for strike in the lower inside corner, and it's 2-1. Stauffer on the season for Bowie has struck out 55 batters in 47 2/3. He's only walked 17, but he has allowed 6 home runs. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Hard turn on a slider down and inside from Martin, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's been a good series for Martin. 4 for 10 overall. A home run, 3 runs batted in. 2-2. Down and in, ball 3. And that's with a lot of bouncing around in the lineup, too. He's led off 3 of the games. He actually didn't even bat in Wednesday's game with the left-hander Drew Rom starting. Didn't want the lefty-lefty matchup there. And as the 3-2 comes home, and it's fouled off. Sliced off at the top of the zone, and the count remains. Stauffer holding for some time, finally delivers the payoff. And it misses high for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Stauffer here in the 5th inning is his first of the day, already the 4th overall, however, for Baysox pitching. This has not been a well-executed game along the zone for either side. Jake Irvin walked 3 batters for a season's high. Brennan Hannafy walked 4 batters. I said 4 batters, it's only 3. I don't know where I got that 4 from. And now here's Darren Baker on a 2-for-2 day. First pitch. Baker watches curveball miss well outside. Count starts out at 1-0. Rudy Martin already thinking about second. Took a big secondary lead there. That first pitch honestly would have been pretty good to take off on. Here's the 1-0. And it's a fastball. Misses wide. Count goes to 2-0. Stauffer is having a tough time the last couple of appearances for Bowie. He'd been one of the most reliable long mans for the Baysox over the course of June and July. As he fires the 2-0, and it's in there for a called strike. Fastball in the outer half. 2-1 now. But against Altoona, back on the 31st, he allowed 3 runs in just 1 inning. Fortunately for Bowie, it wasn't an issue because they still won 14-6. 2-1 pitch, runner goes, and it's called a strike. Throw to second is not in time. Just a little high. And here comes Tim DeJohn again. Joey Ortiz, he hunched over a little bit in that quick reaction, and DeJohn animated about the call. More animated with his head. Now he's pointing over at second base, but it was called a strike, so it runs the count even at 2. Martin picks up his 10th steal of the season. DeJohn's gotten his word in, and he'll head back. Again, Kyle Moore out for the final 4 games of this series, so he's gone today, tomorrow, and Sunday. He'll be back when Bowie continues their road trip to Akron, spending some time with his family on his allotted vacation days. During the season, it's a long season for managers. They deserve time off, especially in year. But now go ahead run in scoring position with no one out. The 2-2 offering. Swinging a bouncing ball foul, first base side. Count stays even on Baker. Stauffer actually made 2 appearances in the Altoona series. He earned the win in Bowie's 12-3 win, mostly because of just his length in that appearance. Tossed 2 1/3 innings when the starting pitcher didn't even finish 5. Stauffer struck out 2 batters and walked 3, allowed a run. 2-2. Fouled off again left side, and the count remains. But right now, Stauffer really hurting for that swing and miss pitch early. Just hasn't been able to get it. He sets with a blank stare at third. Fires another 2-2, and it's outside. Off-speed pitch. Runs the count full on Baker. Back-to-back full counts for Stauffer to start this 5th inning. Again, it would have been nice for him to come in at the start of an inning rather than in the middle of an inning with runners on base as the 3-2 comes home, and it's swung on and missed, down and in for strike 3. Baker goes chasing on the curveball. First punch out for Stauffer, 5th overall for Bowie pitching, and now on to Jack Dunn. Oh for 1 day for Dunn. He hit into a double play in the first, walked in the third. First pitch. A called strike. Fastball nicks the lower outside corner. And it's 0-1 to start. Well, nights really started to fall here now at FNB Field in Harrisburg. We had plenty of sunlight around first pitch, but that time is well come and gone. And now we've just got a couple of heavy clouds with a dark tint of blue holding above. Next pitch. Misses further under the knees, and it runs the count even at a ball and a strike now. One. The fastball misses high, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Again, they had a rain delay just west of us over in Altoona. But that was so far long ago at this point. You'd expect that rain that had passed them to hit us, but again, it looks like it breaks up through the mountain ranges and has spared us for the time being. 2-1 pitch. Misses inside, a curveball. Count goes to 3-1. All three batters here in this fifth inning, seeing a 3-ball count. Offer shakes off a couple from Handley and sets with runner at second. The 3-1 is checked on low and away. Dunn couldn't pull back in time. The home plate umpire rings him on it. Count runs full. Three-two. Swinging a high drive out to right field. Cowser looks to have it on a beat. Runs in front of the warning track, grabs it, runner tags. Here's a missile to third, and it's in time! Cesar Prieto played it so nonchalantly, pulled the ball down, and snapped the tag on to Martin. An outfield assist from Cowser in just his second game in right field today. A 9-5 putout, and the inning is over after the leadoff walk. We're on to the sixth here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Tied at 3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Still 3 more fireworks shows in the month of July on Saturday the 16th, Friday the 29th, and Saturday the 30th. Hope to see you there.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
On to the sixth inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, as Bowie and Harrisburg are still tied at 3. Matt Sabatis with you as Leover Peguero continues on the mound for the Senators. First pitch in, Maverick Handley bounces in a breaking ball, and it's 1-0 to start. Handley, with his first plate appearance of the day, replaced Cody Roberts following the fourth inning. He's been catching now behind for the rest of the game as the next pitch is called a strike on the bottom edge. It's 1-1. Handley on the season hitting .242 with 8 home runs, 36 runs batted in for the Baysox. As Leover Peguero worked around the solo home run for Ortiz for a pretty quiet other inning as he gives up a fly ball to Handley here out to left field. Running down on it, Trey Harris. Harris is there to receive, and there's one gone. Well, thinking about catching changes had me thinking about a story from the Texas League the other night, how they were having some issues with, I want to say it was Tulsa, Dodgers affiliate, and then Northwest Arkansas, which is the Kansas City Royals affiliate. They were playing, and Tulsa was just demolishing Northwest Arkansas. First pitch to Toby Welk, misses down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. A foul ball hit off the mask of the original catcher in the game, and he had to be taken out. As the next pitch is lined past third and just foul. Hooked a little bit too far up the line, and it runs the count even at 1 on Welk, who's 0 for 1 of the day with a sacrifice fly. Northwest Arkansas's catcher had to leave after I think it was the third inning, and then the second catcher, the backup catcher, not even necessarily the backup, just the other catcher. Bowie doesn't even really have a backup catcher. They just have 2 good catchers. As the 1-1 comes in, and Welk swings through it down. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes now. But then the same thing happened to the Northwest Arkansas catcher in the 8th inning. Happened again, a foul ball off of the mask of the catcher. He had to be taken out of the game. 1-2, fouled off by Welk back behind the screen. Count stays. So what do you do? What do you do at that point when you don't have any other catchers? And interestingly enough, because as I had said, Northwest Arkansas was getting blown out. I think the final score was 23-8. As the 1-2 comes home, and Welk gets a sliver on it, maybe a splinter at the most, and it bounces back to the screen. Count stays. So at that point in the game, when Northwest Arkansas lost their other catcher, they already had a position player on the mound to pitch. And they took that position player that was on the mound and had him catch. As the 1-2 comes in, and it swung on and missed for strike 3. Pitch was well in the dirt, a curveball. Picked up by Israel Pineda, and he beats Welk to first with the throw. Second strikeout for Francis Peguero, 10th overall for Harrisburg pitching. And now on to Greg Cullen. Yeah, so Northwest Arkansas had to bring a position player in to catch, which, I mean, technically sounds like an oxymoron. A catcher is a position player. But they had to bring in a non-catcher to catch who was a position player pitching and have a different position player pitch for the rest of the game while the emergency position player pitching became the catcher. Catch all that? First pitch to Greg Cullen. Misses inside. And the count starts out at 1-0. Again, my voice has been gone for 3 days. I really got to make myself laugh at some point. As the 1-0 pitch comes home, and Cullen swings through it high. A fastball. And it's 1-1. Cullen got hit by a pitch, a 1-0 offering back in the 4th inning, but he was left stranded at first base. As the 1-1 comes in, and Cullen watches it bounce. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike now. Harrisburg has their lone left-hander warming in the bullpen at this moment. Brian Gonzalez is getting loose. As the 2-1 pitch is called a strike. Change-up hits middle. Run the count even at 2 on Cullen. Quick fly out for Maverick Hanley and a strikeout for Toby Welk. Started this inning out as Peguero looks for a perfect frame following the solo home run allowed in the 5th inning. The 2-2 pitch. Down and inside. And it runs the count full on Cullen. He ran it full back in the 3rd inning but struck out swinging. Yeah, so just since Bowie made the quick switch of their catchers so early in this game, Cody Roberts leaving after just the 4th inning, had me thinking about that. So, like, who would be the super emergency catcher for the Baysox? J.D. Mundy? Here's the payoff. Cullen fouls it off left side. We'll do it once more. Honestly, just cruising through the quick lineup, I'm interested on who it actually would be. Could be a pitcher, too, for all we know. Another 3-2 to Cullen. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Change up down and away. It was a great change up this inning for Peguero. Used it for 2 strikeouts and a perfect 6th inning. Bottom of the frame coming up, a 3-3 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the D.C. area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Bottom of the sixth inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as we've got a 3-3 ball game on our hands. Adam Stauffer is back to work for the Baysox, faces heavy hitter Wilson Garcia. Switch hitter bats left, and the first pitch is popped him up on the infield in front of the mound. Stauffer called off by Prieto, who hesitates on the mound, and it's caught by Greg Cullen. The second baseman collides with Prieto slightly. They bumped Cullen into Prieto's back. Might have knocked a little bit of wind out of him, and I don't know, maybe a contact or something too, as Prieto just bends over slightly in front of the mound before walking back to his position. And now here comes Joey Ortiz to chat with him as well. See if Lindsey Birchfield comes out. She's standing at the edge of the dugout, ready to see if Prieto calls for her. The third base umpire is checking on them as well, and it looks like Prieto's okay, but they're just going to give him a chance to catch his breath. Now, of course, he didn't see Cullen coming. Cullen probably had the better angle on that one because Prieto did have to climb the hill and then descend the hill to make the catch. You never want that. As Trey Harris steps in, the first pitch to him is called a strike. Count starts out at 0-1. 0 for 3 day for Harris. Flew out to right field back in the first inning, grounded out to the second baseman his last time up. Yeah, so that was probably more Cullen's ball to catch. But, of course, Prieto just saw it. But once Cullen realized that he was climbing and descending the mound, Cullen probably took matters into his hands. It just so happened that he collided with Prieto. It's just an unfortunate situation. Next pitch misses wide to Harrison. It's 1-1. Stauffer sends home the next offering, and it's swung on and missed down and away. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. As it looks to be, Harrisburg is getting a different arm up in their bullpen. They had Brian Gonzalez warming in the last half inning. Left-hander was potentially set to come in if Francis Peguero had trouble in the 6th, as the 1-2 is swung on and missed down for strike 3. That was a devastating curveball, and Harris is eliminated. Second strikeout for Adam Stauffer, 6th overall for Bowie pitching. And that's Reed Schaller going for Harrisburg right now in the pen. So he'll come out to replace Peguero, who finishes with 2 innings. Schaller will be making his second appearance of the series as well. He had a tough appearance on Tuesday. Now here's Israel Pineda, first pitch. Fastball misses up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. As Stauffer is cleaning it up just a little bit. Defense has, of course, helped him out today. As the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed down, it's 1-1. His slider is really making some good inroads at the moment, too. Stauffer gave up that swinging bunt single in the 4th inning that gave Harrisburg a brief lead on just a little ball in front of the mound, basically, with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. The 1-1 pitch bounces in and skips away, hit some chalk in the other batter's box as well as the count goes to 2-1. Here's the 2-1. Swinging a piece, hits off the mid of the catcher, but too far ahead of the curveball there, Pineda. As the count runs even, now 2 balls and 2 strikes. But yeah, Stauffer has been getting help from the defense too. Some good plays. Not to mention Colton Kauser today. Kauser has been so instrumental in Bowie being in this game. Of course, offensively, 1. And defensively, 2. He stole a home run from Jackson Clough back in the 3rd inning. And he picked a deep fly from Jack Dunn in the 5th. And threw out Rudy Martin trying to advance to 3rd on the tag. Stauffer looks for a perfect 6th. The 2-2 just misses down and away, breaking ball, and the count runs full. Bowie does not have a called 3rd strike from their pitching staff yet in this game. They don't have a perfect inning in this game yet either. I say perfect game in this game? Perfect inning in this game. Stauffer tries again for the punch-out. Here it is. Line drive, hits off the mound and served into center field, a base hit. Really no chance for anyone to make that kind of play. Pineda, he was hoping to get back into the hit column. He had an 8-game hit streak going into, what day was that? Wednesday, going into Wednesday. He had yesterday off. He had an 8-game hit streak going into Wednesday and came up empty. So now he's got hits in 9 of his last 10 games for the Senators, and he represents a go-ahead run with 2 outs here in the 6th. Now Justin Connell to bat, who's been on base twice. First pitch. Curveball misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Connell got hit by a pitch, first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning, and then he walked on a full count against Brennan Hanafy. That was the start of Hanafy's end. He walked back-to-back batters with 2 outs in the 4th and was done. 1-0. Fastball misses high, and it's 2-0. Maybe something about pitching to Connell, I'm not sure. He does have 11 home runs this season, but none against Bowie. 2-0 pitch. Called a strike. Curveball in the lower outside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. A 3-3 game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Back and forth all night. Bowie had the early lead. Harrisburg jumped ahead 2-1. 2-1 pitch. He swung on and lined out to left center field. Watson dancing a little bit on it before finding it, running down and making the catch. Fly out to center ends the inning. A 2-out single left stranded at first. And as we move to the 7th, a 3-3 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The Baysox are calling all deadheads to make their way out to Prince George's Stadium on Friday, August 26th for Grateful Dead Night. With special themes and music all night throughout the game, it'll culminate in a Grateful Dead-themed fireworks show to cap the evening. Fans who purchase a special package ticket will receive a limited edition Baysox Grateful Dead t-shirt collaboration and a ticket to the game, so be sure to get there Friday, August 26th. It's Grateful Dead Night at the ballpark. Find out more at Baysox.com.
Well, fans, care's around the corner at Patient First. Urgent care that's open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. Every Patient First has on-site labs, x-rays, and prescription drugs. Patient First, the name fits. As we move to the 7th inning here at F&B Field in Harrisburg, a 3-3 ball game. The Senators make another pitching change. Second reliever of the day for Harrisburg is Reed Schaller, taking over for Francis Peguero, who tossed 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. Peguero struck out 3, did not walk a batter. Zach Watson will lead off for Bowie, the number 9 batter. First pitch to him is fouled off. Back to the screen, and the count starts out at 0-1. Watson, Norby, and Gauser 2 up in this half inning for Bowie. Zach walked in the 3rd inning, struck out swinging on a full count pitch in the 4th. As Schaller sets, fires the 0-1 pitch, and Watson smokes it out to right field, but not too deep. Justin Connell now running down as it's dying in the mayflies and makes the catch. Fly out to right opens things up here in the 7th, and now back up to Connor Norby. Well, not too many mayflies so far tonight, but the night is still a little young. We can't see them pop out. Maybe they're hiding in the humidity, hoping that they don't get rained on just in case. Reed Schaller, 6'3", 210-pound, 25-year-old right-hander from Indianapolis, Indiana. Third-round draft selection in 2018. Fires a first-pitch strike, lower outside corner to Connor Norby. It's 0-1 to open. Schaller sets, holds at the waist, sends in the next, and Norby watches it miss low. Count runs even at a ball and a strike. It's a down day for Norby so far, 3 strikeouts. All 3 of them swinging. He's only seen 2 balls in one of the plate appearances. That was in the 3rd. 1-1. Called a strike. Fastball nicks the outside corner of the zone. It's 1-2. Reed Schaller on the season has made 26 appearances, gone 4-3. 5.74 ERA with 31 1/3 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, 19 walks. He's allowed 2 home runs. Next pitch. Grounded over to short, picked on the run between the legs by Clough. He takes a secondary hop to charge, fires to first, and it's in time. 6-3 put out, and there's quickly 2 gone. So Schaller comes on for his second appearance of this series. He was the losing pitcher on Tuesday when Bowie picked up their 9-4 win. He took on the 8th inning and got a quick ground out by Joey Ortiz, but then allowed 5 consecutive batters to reach safely. Hit by pitch, a bunt single, an RBI triple by John Rhodes, and then back-to-back RBI singles. First pitch here to Colton Cowser, misses inside, brushes his feet back. He had to kick them out of the way as it rolls to the backstop. 1-0 to start. Yeah, Maverick Hanley and Toby Welk each had base hits against Schaller as well. He allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in just 1/3 of an inning. 1-0 pitch. Cowser fouls it off left side. Count runs even at a ball and a strike, so Schaller is already doing better than he did back on Tuesday. But in a 3-3 game, all Bowie has to do is tag him for just 1 run, and then hopefully they can cruise from there. As Adam Stauffer is probably going to be done for the Baysox now, as the next pitch to Cowser misses just high. Fastball looked a little bit close to the letters, but it runs the count to 2-1. Bowie does have a right-hander tossing in their bullpen. I think that might be Griffin McClarty. 2-1. Cowser swings at it and fouls it off left side. Run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and yes, that is McClarty. Cowser, a 1-for-2 day solo home run in the first inning. His defense has kept this game intact, as the 2-2, though, is swung on and missed down for strike 3. Slider down and inside, and a perfect 7th inning of relief for Reed Schaller. Includes his first strikeout. Time to stretch here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Boy, could I use it. My legs are tired. We're back in a bit. 3-3 game. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional, organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, we're on to the bottom of the 7th inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. So glad you're sticking with us. Scratchy throat and all, as the Bowie Baysox and the Harrisburg Senators are tied at 3. Hey, I mean, at least I'm giving you a better voice as the days progress. Hopefully should be back maybe toward 80% tomorrow. I was saying 75% earlier today, but as the game is drawn on, obviously the constant use of the throat does tax its just overall sound. But we don't need to talk about the medical jargon of it all as we move into the bottom of the frame. Bowie sends a new pitcher onto the mound. Griffin McClarty takes over following a good relief appearance for Adam Stauffer. First pitch to Omar Marihildo was swung on and missed wide. Slider starts the count out at 0-1. 8-9-1 in the Harrisburg lineup with Marihildo, Clough, and then Martin set to bat as McClarty turns out of the windup and sends home the next. It's swung on and missed high. Change up this time, and it's already 0-2. 2 1/3 innings of scoreless ball for Stauffer. He did allow an inherited run to score that gave Harrisburg the lead for that brief moment. But 2 hits, no runs himself, 2 strikeouts, only 1 walk. Here's the 0-2, down and away. Slider from McClarty runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Griffin McClarty, 6'3", 185-pound right-hander, drafted in the 8th round of 2019 from the College of Charleston. Fires the 1-2 pitch to Marihildo, and it's in there for strike 3. A bit of a generous give on the outside edge for a curveball from McClarty. If I were Marihildo, I might have put up a little bit more of a fuss, considering that's the first called third strike from a Bowie pitcher. But hey, Bowie is not going to get upset. McClarty's not going to get upset on his first strikeout to start his relief appearance. 7th overall punch-out for Bowie pitching, and now here's Jackson Clough. First pitch. Clough watches high fastball, and the count starts out at 1-0. McClarty, on the season, has been getting some good outings in for Bowie. Clough had the RBI single in the 4th inning that gave Harrisburg the brief 3-2 lead before Joey Ortiz's solo home run tied it. Next pitch here, though, is a fastball called for strike on the outside edge of the zone. Count runs even at 1-1. McClarty is 0-2 on the year with a 6.59 ERA and 16 appearances for Bowie. Next pitch. Misses high, a fastball, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Clough. 27 1/3 innings for McClarty. He struck out 34 batters and walked 21. He's allowed 5 home runs and 27 hits total. Opponents are hitting him at a .265 clip. 2-1, he squares. Pulls back, though, as a curveball misses too far down and inside. Interesting decision there from Clough, as the count runs to 3 balls and a strike now. McClarty is coming off of a great string, though, of appearances that's seen that ERA dip lower and lower from his 6.5. Here's the 3-1. Cracked bat, popped up, foul ground, third base side, Prieto running, and it falls down into the Baysox dugout. Prieto had to brace himself up against the wall of the dugout as he couldn't get there. The dugouts at this ballpark are a little bit unique. The way that the ballpark is constructed is they have to make it as flood-proof as possible because of its location on an island in a river. They've got flood doors around all of the low-level clubhouses and umpires' rooms, and the dugouts are not sunken in. There's no steps down into the dugouts. It's just flat ground with the warning track and the field of play. So Prieto just ran right in. Next pitch, fouled off again, left side, as the count remains full on Clough. But McClarty is riding 9 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings for Bowie. He is not allowed a run in an appearance for the Baysox since June 19th. That's how strong he's been. 3-2 pitch, fouled off. High fastball, and the count stays. Over this 9 2/3 innings run, McClarty has allowed just 4 hits and 4 walks. He struck out 12 batters. He hasn't even allowed a base runner in his last 2 appearances. Retired all 12 batters he faced in the Altoona series. 3-2 pitches, swung on and missed for strike 3. Curveball down and inside. Back-to-back punch-outs for McClarty to start his relief outing. 8 on the day for Bowie pitching, and now back to the top of the lineup with Rudy Martin. A 3-3 game here in Harrisburg. Bowie had the early 1-0 advantage. Harrisburg tied it actually took the lead in the bottom of the first. Colton Kauser had a solo home run in the first, and Wilson Garcia with a 2-run blast made it 2-1. First pitch to Martin. Misses down and inside. Breaking ball starts the count out at 1-0. Bowie tied the game in the fourth on a sacrifice fly by Toby Welk. Harrisburg took the lead in the bottom of the fourth on a swinging bunt single with 2 outs. Next pitch up and away, and it's 2-0. That made it 3-2, but a 2-out solo home run in the 5th inning for Joey Ortiz, his 11th of the season. Tied the game back up at 3, and that's where we've been sat since. Two-0 pitch, called a strike. Fastball hits the top half of the zone, and the count goes to 2-1. Wind whipping up just a little bit now at FNB Field, coming in pretty much from left field. Could hamper some of the right-handed batters. As the 2-1 comes home, and it just misses wide a fastball. Count to 3 balls and a strike. Again, we have been watching a little bit of the radar, not keeping too keen of an eye on it because every time we look, it seems to be everything's breaking up just as it gets close enough to us on the west. 3-1 pitch. Down and away for ball 4. Martin wasn't sure. He hesitated in the box, didn't want to look the fool running up before being brought back. But he draws the walk. That's the second walk that Martin has drawn today. And the 5th walk given up by Baysox pitching this evening. So now here's Darren Baker. Runner at first, 2 away. Baker on a 2-for-3 day. First pitch. Baker watches called strike. Fastball dots the outside corner of the zone. It's 0-1. Baker laid down a bunt single in the first inning. He came around to score on Garcia's 2-run home run, singled in the 3rd, but was left stranded at 3rd. Pickoff throw to first. Tag a little late. Toby Welk at first base is playing a little bit in toward the mound, so he does have to go a little bit further behind him to try and apply the tag. As the 0-1 comes in and it's fouled off, a slice left side. And it's already 0-2. Let's see if Martin tries for a head start here on an 0-2 pitch. Bet you McClarty throws the slider down and inside for a swing and miss. But Martin could get second. There he goes. 0-2 is down and in for a ball. Throw to second is a bullet, but it gets off of the glove and goes to center field. Martin will go to third base. The Baysox had been nailing them. 2 caught stealings in this game, but 2 stolen bases as well. And now the 3rd stolen base finally ends in an E2 as Martin picks up his 2nd of the game and 11th of the season. Had to have seen that one coming. And it goes very south for Bowie. Now it's on McClarty to try and strike out Baker here. Still a ball and 2 strikes. He's in command of the plate appearance. But go-ahead run at third base. The 1-2 pitch. Just misses, down and away. Went with the changeup, and the count evens now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. You don't want to lose him here. As Might be a good place for the fastball. Clardy rocks back and forth slightly. Fires the 2-2. Breaking ball lofted into shallow center. Backing up Ortiz. He hops and he makes the catch. So deep in the hole, he probably couldn't even see the sunlight, but Ortiz still found the ball anyway and takes away a base hit from Darren Baker, keeping this game tied at 3. 8th inning coming up at FNB Field. 3-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On to the 8th inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg, a 3-3 game as Reed Schaller continues to deal for the Senators. His second inning of relief, he retired the side in the 7th. First pitch to Joey Ortiz is called a strike on a changeup inside edge. It's 0-1. Ortiz, Cesar Prieto, and John Rhodes set to bat here in the frame for Bowie. Again, the wind had been coming in from left field, could have hampered righties, but now it's kind of settled down. And Ortiz sprays it the other way instead, splits the gap in right center field and rolls to the wall. This is an opportunity for 3, but he'll stop at second base. He had a slow get out of the box. It was picked up well by Justin Connell in right center as well, but Ortiz picks up his 21st double of the season to lead off the 8th, puts a go-ahead run in scoring position for the Baysox, and Cesar Prieto. That's one of the other big improvements that Ortiz has been making for Bowie this year. That ball, 101 miles an hour off of the bat. But Ortiz really starting to spray it in all fields. His recent home run parade, too, has been really flying all around the ballpark. His 2-run home run the other day went to right field. First pitch to Cesar Prieto misses down, and the count starts out at 1-0 as Harrisburg is going to get an arm up and moving in their bullpen now, as Schaller has already allowed the go-ahead run on base to start. And now here comes catcher Israel Pineda. Fans, don't forget, there are 4 different fireworks shows coming up to Prince George's Stadium here in the month of August, since Bowie only has 2 home series at the ballpark this month, and both of them are in just the same 2-week span. You got to pack them in. You got to get out to the ballpark. There's only so many fireworks shows left, people. Friday the 19th, Saturday the 20th, it's part of Maryland's Bates Oberfest. There'll be a nice beer stein ticket package available. And then, of course, the Adley Rutschman Maryland flag hat giveaway. It's a fabulous design for 750 fans. 13 and up will get the Adley Rutschman hat. And then on Saturday the 20th, another fireworks show. Next week, after that, Friday the 26th, it's the Grateful Dead night with a special T-shirt package available. You can pre-order that special package at baysoxshop.com. and see some Grateful Dead fireworks after the game. And then Saturday the 27th, you've got more fireworks. 4 different fireworks days crammed into just what's essentially a 9-day span at Prince George's Stadium. You don't want to miss it. Meeting over, next pitch to Cesar Prieto is called a strike on a high fastball, and it's 1-1. Runner at second, no one out here in the top of the 8th inning, a 3-3 ball game. As Schaller sets, stretches out in front of the chest and drops to the waist. 1-1, Prieto smokes it out to left center field and deep. Harris is running back, looks to have it read. Deep in the corner and it's off his glove. Ortiz is going to score. Prieto's going to go to second and the Baysox take the lead. The throw gets a little bit wild, but Prieto stops at second on the E7 and it's a 4-3 game. Harris had that read the entire way. Not sure if the wind played a little bit of a trick on it. He was heading into that cranny where it backs up to 355 feet. I'm not sure if he was anticipating his back up against the wall, but it just hit off of his glove. He closed it too soon, and a two-base error for Cesar Prieto. No RBI, of course, but Bowie gets the run, and that's what matters most. A 4-3 advantage now, and John Rhodes can maybe pile on because the situation remains. Runner still at second and no one out. First pitch, Rhodes swings through it. Change up down and away, and it's 0-1 to start. Rhodes has grounded out twice. He walked back in the 4th inning. He came around to score in that frame as well. 0-1 pitch. Bounces in, kept in front by Pineda. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Well, now with Bowie ahead, they're going to have to turn to their bullpen and make sure that they keep what's been the best work of the season going. They're going to get a new pitcher on the mound when we go to the next inning as well. Griffin McClarty finishes with just one frame. Next pitch, Rhodes watches a called strike. Fastball low and away, and it's 1-2. That looks to be Clayton McGinnis warming in the bullpen for Bowie. You can tell by those long red flowing locks of his. He'll take the 8th, maybe even the 9th as well. 1-2 pitch to Rhodes, swinging a floater out toward right field. That's down for a base hit up against the line. Here comes Prieto charging around third. He'll score. An RBI single for John Rhodes, and it's 5-3 Bowie here in the 8th. So that makes the run on Schaller the first run earned because Ortiz would have scored on that base hit. Cesar Prieto's run is, of course, unearned because Prieto wouldn't have reached base safely at all. But it's an RBI single for Rhodes, and that's going to spell the end of the day for Reed Schaller. 4th RBI for Rhodes, and a new pitcher coming in for Harrisburg as Bowie. They've done it again late in game. 2 more runs here in the 8th, and they lead 5-3. More to come here in the top of the frame. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in a second. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Hey Baysox fans, On the Green Inc. is a proud sponsor of the Baysox and is celebrating 25 years of providing custom lawn care and pest control programs with guaranteed results for residential and commercial lawns. Mention this ad and receive a discount on your first lawn care or pest control service. Enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Inc. Visit our website at onthegreeninc.com or call 410-695-0444. Let's go Baysox and On the Green Inc., your lawn care team.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Well, we continue on with the top of the 8th inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. A 5-3 Bowie lead. The Baysox have gotten the first 3 batters of the frame on base and chased Reed Schaller from the game. Schaller is in line for his second loss in just 4 days as Zach Brixey will take over on the mound for Harrisburg in relief. There's a runner at first with one out, or with no one out rather. There should have been one out because of an error, but there's no one out. That runner belongs to Schaller, so of course his line is not yet closed. But Schaller so far tossed 1 inning, allowed just 2 hits. At the moment, 2 runs, only 1 earned. It could go to 3 runs with 2 earned, depending on what happens with John Rhodes at first base. 1 strikeout for Schaller. He didn't walk anyone. As Zach Brixey takes over to face off against Maverick Handley. Hanley is second at bat today. He flew out to left field back in the 6th after replacing Cody Roberts following the 4th inning. First pitch in from Brixey, and Hanley bounces it to the left side. Could be two. Scoop by the shortstop Clough between the legs to Baker at second, to Dunn at first, and a scoop grab at first base. A double play hit into by Maverick Hanley, and a quick turn there for Brixey. One pitch, and he eliminates the inherited runner, gets an out of his own, and now the bases are empty with 2 outs. 6-4-3 double play. And now here's Toby Welk. That closes the line on Reed Schaller as well. 2 runs, 1 earned for the right-hander. But again, he's still in line for a loss this evening as Toby Welk digs in. First pitch into Welk, bounces in. Count starts out at 1-0. Zach Brixey, 6'2", 230-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Hickory, North Carolina. Non-drafted free agent signed after the 2020 draft. Did he go to Lenore-Rhine? I feel like he went to Lenore-Rhine. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. No, he went to Virginia Tech. Who am I thinking about? Here's the 2-0 pitch. Welk watches inside, and the count runs to 3-0. It's an 0-for-2 day for Welk, but he did drive in a run. A sacrifice fly in the 4th inning, tied the game at 2 at that point. Harrisburg took a brief 3-2 lead. Joey Ortiz tied it with a solo home run, and it was at 3-3 until here in the top of the 8th when Bowie brought across 2. The 3-0 to Welk, swing and a miss. He had the green light on a high fastball, and it's 3-1. Inning started when Ortiz doubled to right center field. Cesar Prieto reached on an error that bounced off of the left fielder's glove. Scored Ortiz, and then an RBI single by John Rhodes scored Prieto. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Same high fastball. Welk missed it. And the count runs full. So a chance here for Brixey to pick up 3 outs against just 2 batters faced in his relief appearance. As Bowie again has Clayton McGinnis warming to take on the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Welk was ahead 3-0 and couldn't hold on. Fastball outside edge, and Brixey limits the damage. But Bowie gets 2 across, and they jump ahead to a 5-3 lead. Bottom of the 8th coming up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Moving things on to the bottom of the 8th inning here at F&B Field in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Nice warm night in Pennsylvania's capital as the Baysox have extended their lead now to 5-3, breaking out of a 3-3 tie with 2 runs in the 8th. They'll send a new pitcher onto the mound. Clayton McGinnis takes over. Griffin McClarty is done, and since Bowie took the lead with him on record, he's up for the win. McClarty, got McClarty then McGinnis. I basically just combined them into a mess of a name. McClarty tossed a scoreless 7th inning with no hits, He struck out two batters and walked one. That's it. First pitch from McGinnis to Jack Dunn is grounded slowly to third. Picked in the baseline by Prieto, and a rip to first is in time. Toby Welk did have to lean a little bit to his left side, but gloved it and braced himself up against the ground, finishing out the 5-3 putout. One pitch, one quick out, and now on to Wilson Garcia. So again, a scoreless inning for McClarty, 2 strikeouts, a walk, and now McGinnis takes over. 6'1", 180-pound right-hander, non-drafted free agent, signed in 2019, went to Wichita State, former Shocker. 11 appearances this year for Bowie, a 1-0 record. First pitch, Garcia watches breaking ball bounce in, and it's 1-0 to start. 6.08 ERA for McGinnis, 13 in the third innings. He's struck out 9 batters, walked 6. He's allowed 1 home run. He's converted 2 of his 3 save opportunities. This is a save opportunity if he takes the 9th. 1-0. Lifted out toward left, carrying, running on it, Rhodes to the line. He closes the gap and makes the catch in foul territory. A long sprint for Rhodes in his first game in left field with Bowie. He has plenty of room to work at this ballpark as well, so he was able to get there with maybe not ease, but at least he made it look not too difficult. Already 2 gone on just 3 pitches for Clayton McGinnis. Now here's Trey Harris. 0 for 3 day for Harris. First pitch, called a strike. Fastball hits the top of the zone. It's 0-1. McGinnis, much like Griffin McClarty prior, is riding one of his best runs of the season. He's gone 5 consecutive appearances without allowing a run. 5 scoreless innings. It's his best stretch. 0-1. Check swing, high fastball. They'll appeal. He went. Count goes to 0-2 on that 95-mile-an-hour heater. McGinnis has a couple of saves under his belt over the last 2 weeks. 1 in Richmond, 1 against Altoona. As the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Change-up down and away for McGinnis, and a perfect 8th inning, a fast 8th inning to boot. We're on to the 9th at FNB Field in Harrisburg. Bowie leads 5-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Well, as the baseball season winds down, that means we've got to get ready for football. Friday, September 9th, it's the Baysox football kickoff night at Prince George's Stadium. Getting ready for the college season and the pro season, the Baysox will be giving away a special Adley Rutschman bobblehead. Remember, Adley played college football before he joined the Orioles. It's a free bobblehead for the first 750 fans ages 13 and up. So be sure to join the Baysox football kickoff night on Friday, September 9th. Get your tickets at baysox.com.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We're on to the 9th inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg. So glad you're sticking with us. Matt Sabatis with you. Thank you so much for stopping by on what's been a nice warm night at City Island in Pennsylvania's capital. Bowie leads 5-3 into the 9th, and a first pitch to Greg Cullen misses a bit high. A fastball starts the count out at 1-0. It'll be Cullen, Zach Watson, and Connor Norby set to bat as the next pitch is swung on and missed outside. 96-mile-an-hour juice from Zach Brixey, and the count runs even at a ball and a strike. Brixey making his first appearance of this series. He's been pretty much the best pitcher and the closer for Harrisburg this season. Next pitch up and away. Counts at 2-1, but since Harrisburg has not had a lead late in game all series, he hasn't gotten too much work, and they just need to get him out there at some point. Brixey has made 19 appearances, gone 1-0 with a 0.84 ERA. Next pitch, misses wide, changeup. And the count runs to 3 balls and a strike on Cullen, who's 0 for 2 on the day, a pair of strikeouts, a hit by pitch. It'll be Cullen, Watson, and Norby set to bat in this inning, 3-1. Up and away, I suppose, for ball 4. That one definitely hit the meat of the plate. I guess the call would be it's a little bit high considering Cullen's height, but that one looked like it probably should have gone for a called strike. So Cullen will draw the walk. First for Brixey, 4th overall for Harrisburg pitching, and now here's Zach Watson. First pitch, Watson fouls it off. Fastball right down the middle, but he got too far underneath it. Count starts out at 0-1. 21 1/3 innings for Brixey this year. He struck out 30 batters, walked 11, allowed just 1 home run, and he's a perfect 7 for 7 in converting saves. Here's the 0-1, and Watson pops it up. Shallow on the infield now, right side, foul ground. Dunn is there, and he has to lean back, falling over to make the catch. Took a tough hook back in toward the field after it had sliced foul most of the way up into the air. But Dunn was able to hold on and braced himself just before he had hit the dirt. So a pop out for Watson, and there's 1 out here in the 9th. As it goes back to the top of the lineup for Connor Norby. First pitch, Norby swings through a high fastball. It's 0-1. Norby picked up his 7th home run of the season with Bowie yesterday. Colton Kauser picked up his 8th. And Gunnar Henderson has just picked up his 9th home run with AAA Norfolk. Helps them to a 6-2 advantage after 7 innings against Nashville. Next pitch, swing and a miss, high fastball. And the count's 0-2 on Norby. It's an 0 for 4 day for Norby. He's got hits in 7 of his last 8 games for the Baysox, including a 3-game hit streak. He had 3 hits yesterday. Soft lead off of first for Cullen, but he's still not attempted to steal with Bowie yet this season. As the 0-2 comes home, and it's popped foul. It's over to the right side and actually ends up back in the field of play after hitting off of the ceiling. Count stays at 0-2. (5-3) Bowie leads in the 9th. They've been getting everything done against Harrisburg's bullpen this series. The 0-2 pitch. Norby fouls it off again back to the screen. Count remains. I know I like to bring up stats a lot, but if a stat is relevant and it stays relevant, it's part of my job to make sure you're aware of it, to just understand how big of a trend this has been for Bowie, considering how many runs they have scored and how few runs they've allowed after the 6th inning over these last few wins. Next pitch, Norby, a late swing and a poke back to the mound. Waiting on it, the high chop, Brixey. He gloves and sends to first base. That's the only way he can go. As Cullen was able to sprint into second base, a 1-3 putout is the second out of the frame. But again, ahead of this big run for Bowie, as they're gearing up to potentially win their 6th consecutive game and their 9th in their last 10. Before this stretch started, Bowie had a -23 run differential in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings of games this season. So in those last 3 innings, they allowed 23 more runs than they scored. So 23 more runs allowed than scored. First pitch to Kauser is called a strike. Outside edge, it's 0-1. But on this 10-game run, when you include today, the Baysox have a run differential of +30. In those last 3 innings, they've scored 30 more runs than they've allowed. Next pitch, Kauser grounds it over to short, a little bit up the middle on a good shade by Jackson Clough. He throws to first, a little bit offline, but Jack Dunn outstretches to hold on. 6-3 putout ends the inning. Bowie gets a leadoff walk, but strains him at second. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bowie tries to win their 6th straight as they lead 5-3. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
We're on to the bottom of the ninth inning here at FNB Field in Harrisburg as the Baysox maintain a 5-3 advantage, trying to win their 6th consecutive game. It's already the longest win streak of the season at just 5 straight. Bowie hoping to take it one step further, win a series, and maybe gain a little ground in the Southwest Division. First pitch to Israel Pineda. Misses a bit down from Clayton McGinnis, and the count starts out at 1-0. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for Harrisburg. Pineda, Justin Connell, and Omar Marihildo. As McGinnis tries for a second inning of relief, he retired the side in order in the 8th. A pretty dominant inning. Here's the 1-0. Bounces in again, and the breaking ball runs the count to 2-0. And McGinnis only used 6 pitches in that 8th. A ground out, a fly out, and a 3-pitch strikeout. Now he's behind on Pineda, 2-0, who's 1 for 3 on the day, singled in the 6th. Next pitch. Routine fastball, hits right down Broadway for a called strike. Run the count to 2-1. But again, a little bit of breathing room right now for McGinnis. Insurance for Bowie, very critical. That RBI single from John Rhodes definitely helped in the 8th inning. 2-1 pitch. Grounded foul on a bouncer, third base side, hits off of some netting. And the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bowie and Harrisburg will be back at it again tomorrow with Justin Armbruster tossing for the Baysox. Right now it's McGinnis, the 2-2. Swinging a poke right back to the mound, a slow bounce and picked low by McGinnis, but he has just enough time to leisurely toss it to first base and still beat out Pineda. A 1-3 put out, a good pounce down by McGinnis there to keep it from bouncing under his glove. He made sure to get there in time. Meanwhile, Greg Cullen came running down from second base and he whispered something to McGinnis before Justin Connell gets into the box. Connell is 0 for 1 in the day. He's been on base twice. Hit by pitch and a walk. He does have a run scored. First pitch, fastball. He peeled back on it, but it was in the zone. Good bit of run back to the inside edge of the zone, and it's 0-1 to start. As Harrisburg does have a right-hander loosening in their pen if they want extra innings, the 0-1. Called a strike at the knees. And at the knees is maybe a bit generous. That one definitely looked a little bit low, and it frustrates Connell. He calls for time to get back into his own pacing because he wasn't too happy that that pitch was called against him. So it's 0-2. The pitch from McGinnis. Down and away, a slider. Count runs to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Josh Conway had said that there's not really any sort of set defined role on this team. You see at this level sometimes you do have a defined closer and a defined setup man. The 1-2 pitch bounces in as the count goes even at 2. But Josh Conway really said it in what seemed to be a reasonable way. At this level, you don't really have those definitions that you're grooming someone to be a closer in the big leagues or you're grooming someone to be a key setup man in the big leagues. You want to see what they're capable of and just put the guys in there with the best stuff for the best possible opportunity. 2-2 fouled off. Third base side, and the count remains even at 2 on Connell. Because for Harrisburg, they have Zach Brixey. He's their closer. 7 save opportunities. He's converted all 7. Meanwhile, Bowie, their saves leader, has 3. Connor Loprich and Shelton Perkins each have 3. The 2-2. Down and away. Fastball runs the count full. Clayton McGinnis can join them too. He's got 2 saves. He's got them both within the last 2 weeks as well. Picked up a save in the Richmond series. Picked up a save in the Altoona series. The payoff pitch. Late swing for strike 3. What a weird attack from Justin Connell. He saw that slider, was about to hit dead center, and he just had to go after something. Made himself look silly. Was going to go for a called strike 3, and Connell just practically flicked his wrists for the bat to cross through the zone when the pitch was pretty much already behind him. Second strikeout for McGinnis. 10th overall for Bowie pitching, and Bowie's an out away from a 6-game win streak. Here's Omar Merihildo. First pitch home. Swinging a drive out to deep left field. Rhodes looks up, and there it goes. Solo home run for Omar Merihildo with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Harrisburg's within a run. It's 5-4. 104 miles an hour off the bat. 402 feet away from home plate. The 4th home run of the season for Merihildo. 2 of them have come in this series. So now a little bit less margin for error. McGinnis has to buckle down for Jackson Clough here. First pitch. Lefty Clough floats it out to right center field. This should do it. Zach Watson runs over, camps, and makes the catch. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again for the 4th consecutive day. They break through late and win their 6th consecutive game. Tonight's final, Bowie 5, Harrisburg 4. We've got plenty to come on Baysox postgame following another big winner. We'll step aside and get you everything you need to know after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Savanas.
Well, this win not as overpowering as the last few have gone for the Bowie Baysox, but still a big and thrilling win for Bowie as they take down Harrisburg for the fourth consecutive night, extend their win streak to 6 consecutive games. Your final tonight, Bowie 5, Harrisburg 4. As we get rolling with Baysox postgame here from F&B Field in Harrisburg, Matt Sabatis with you from City Island in Pennsylvania's capital. As we'll recap this game in depth, look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization. Seems to be that Bowie might finally gain a little ground in the Southwest Division at the end of the day. But first we recap. We go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 7:02 when first pitch came home from Jake Irvin to Connor Norby. It was a swinging strike, and Norby would eventually strike out, but Colton Kauser, he would not be so easy to take down against Irvin, gave Bowie the early edge.
Here's the 1-1. Lifted out toward right center field and deep. It sends Martin running back. He's stopping at the wall, and this one is gone. Colton Kauser says goodbye. His 8th home run of the season is a massive blast to straightaway center field. And for the 4th consecutive game, the Baysox have struck in the first inning. It's 1-0.
So Kauser's 8th of the year made it 1-0, but that lead would be short-lived. Harrisburg has been attacking in the first inning of Games 2 this series, and after a couple of opening singles against Brendan Hanafy, a double play looked like Bowie could get out of the frame scoreless. But Wilson Garcia, he's been a thorn in the side of just about every Bowie pitcher this season, and he showed his face again today.
As Hanafy sets, runner at second, 2 away, Bowie leads 1-0 in the first. Next pitch, serve deep out to right field. Oh, he's done it again. Kauser runs back, and there it goes. Wilson Garcia's 16th home run of the season, and his 6th against Bowie is a 2-run shot to jump Harrisburg ahead. They lead 2-1.
So it was 2-1 Harrisburg, and that would stay that way into the top of the second inning when Bowie went down in order against Jake Irvin. But Brendan Hanafy caught a runner stealing in the second inning thanks to Cody Roberts, and the game moved on to the third, still 2-1. Bowie got a couple of walks against Jake Irvin, but he still struck out 3 more batters, and he was had 6 strikeouts at that point through just 3 innings of his work. In the bottom of the third, Brendan Hanafy worked around a couple of late base runners to keep things scoreless in that frame. It was still 2-1 going into the fourth. That's when Bowie got going again. Another strikeout by Irvin to open the frame up to 7, but then he walked his third batter of the day, John Rhodes. Cody Roberts laced the double to right field, put Rhodes at third base, and that was enough breathing room for Toby Welk to tie the game.
He's in the Eastern League. 1-2 pitch, and Welk drills it out to deep right center field. This is going to score the run. Backing up on it, Justin Connell. He squares, runs in a tad. He'll rip a bullet back home, but it's cut off. And Bowie has tied the game. A sacrifice fly by Toby Welk, and it's 2-2. So 2-2 Bowie as Welk picked up his 7th RBI of the season, but that lead, or that tie, I should say, would be short-lived because in the bottom of the fourth, Hanafy came on for what turned out to be his longest appearance of the season. It just wasn't able to finally finish out the fourth. You hoped it was going to come. After a quick ground out and a strikeout, he then walked a batter and then walked another batter. Had to be lifted for Adam Stauffer. Jackson Clough, while he didn't get a lot of contact on the ball, it was just enough to throw the infield into just enough disarray, leading to a run. First pitch, poked up the third base line, corralled by Stauffer, sent to first, but wild, and it gets away. Runner's trying to score, throw goes home, and it's offline. Runner scores, they go back to third, and they get the back end runner trying to advance.
So that would make it 3-2 on the swinging bunt RBI single from Jackson Clough. But it ended the inning, so that meant there was no other damage, and Bowie had an opportunity to maybe tie in the fifth as Francis Peguero came out, who'd already pitched in this series, and Bowie had already tagged him for a couple of runs. And as it would turn out, Bowie would be able to get him again. Fortunately, though, as the Baysox got going, Joey Ortiz was able to hit a game-tying home run in the fifth inning, made it 3-3. And in the bottom of the fifth, as Adam Stauffer continued to work, looked like it might go back in favor of Harrisburg after a leadoff walk and stolen base by Rudy Martin. A deep flyout set up an opportunity for him to maybe move into scoring position. But Colton Kauser, on a great day in the field, was not going to let that happen.
3-2, swinging a high drive out to right field. Kauser looks to have it on a beat. Runs in front of the warning track, grabs it, runner tags. Here's a missile to third, and it's in time! Cesar Briano played it so nonchalantly, pulled the ball down, and snapped the tag on to Martin. An outfield assist from Kauser in just his second game in right field today. A 9-5 putout.
See, that's such a smart play for Cesar Prieto, someone at such a young age to be playing so keenly and so nonchalantly to apply that tag and not give the runner charging to third any indication that he might need to slide. Because if he slid, Prieto might not have been able to apply the tag. And that game kept the game tied at 3, if I can get the words out here, goodness, into the 6th inning where Bowie went down in order against Francis Peguero. In the bottom of the 6th, it was still Adam Stauffer. He worked a scoreless frame around a 2-out single, and in the 7th, against new pitcher Reed Schaller, the Baysox went down in order. In the bottom of the 7th, a runner got on with a walk, a stolen base, and an error, put go-ahead run at third base, but Griffin McClarty was able to get a pop out in the infield to end the frame and keep it at 3 even. And in the 8th, that's where Bowie took back over. Leadoff double by Joey Ortiz put go-ahead run in scoring position, and Cesar Prieto came up. He smashed one deep. Looked like it could have had a chance, but ultimately, it still led to a run. As Schaller sets, stretches out in front of the chest and drops to the waist. 1-1. Prieto smokes it out to left center field and deep. Harris is running back, looks to have it read. Deep in the corner, and it's off his glove. Ortiz is going to score. Prieto's going to go to second, and the Baysox take the lead. The throw gets a little bit wild, but Prieto stops at second on the E7, and it's a 4-3 game. So, of course, no RBI, but Prieto took Ortiz's spot at second base, and that was still a runner in scoring position. An insurance runner, mind you. John Rhodes made sure to make the most of it. He'll take the 8th, maybe even the 9th as well. 1-2 pitch to Rhodes, swinging a floater out toward right field. That's down for a base hit up against the line. Here comes Prieto, charging around third. He'll score. An RBI single for John Rhodes, and it's 5-3 Bowie here in the 8th. Turned out to be a critical insurance run for the Baysox because after a scoreless bottom of the 8th and scoreless top of the 9th for both sides, Clayton McGinnis was on for Bowie. He pitched a perfect 8th, but in the 9th, he ran into a slight bit of trouble after getting 2 quick outs. Omar Marahildo found a pitch to hit. First pitch home. Swinging a drive out to deep left field. Rhodes looks up, and there it goes. Solo home run for Omar Marahildo with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Harrisburg's within a run. It's 5-4. So I had to play careful there because Jackson Clough was coming up. Doesn't hit too well against Bowie. Only has 4 home runs, but you never know what could happen because he could get on base, and suddenly the top of the lineup could do something to tie the game. Fortunately, though, Clough maybe got a little bit too antsy at the plate, and McGinnis was able to close the door fast. Buckle down for Jackson Clough here. First pitch. Lefty Clough floats it out to right center field. This should do it. Zach Watson runs over, camps, and makes the catch. The Bowie Baysox are winners once again for the 4th consecutive day. They break through late and win their 6th consecutive game. Tonight's final, Bowie 5, Harrisburg 4. So your final box score, Bowie scores 5 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. They left on 6. Harrisburg scores 4 runs on 7 hits with 1 error. They left on 5. Griffin McClarty picks up the win. He moves to 1-2 on the season as Reed Schaller takes the loss. He falls to 4-4. Clayton McGinnis the save. It's his 2nd of the year as the game was played in 2 hours and 36 minutes in front of a paid attendance of 3,187. With the win, Bowie moves to 49-50 on the season, a 6-game winning streak for the Baysox, and the closest that they have been to 500 since May 11th. When they started, or when they were in the midst of a 6-game series with the Reading Fightin' Phils. Bowie is now 21-28 on the road and 22-8 in the second half. With the loss, Harrisburg falls to 40-60 on the year, a 4-game losing streak for the Senators, as they're now 19-30 at home and a 10-21 record in the second half. Two sides meet again tomorrow as the series continues. Bowie has now won the 6-game series. It's their third consecutive series win as they opened up the post-All-Star break with a win against Richmond and then a series win against Altoona, of course. They have a chance to win the 5th game in this series tomorrow, and we'll preview that game in just a little bit. But for now, we break. When we return, we look around the Eastern League and see if finally the Baysox may have gained a little bit of ground in the Southwest Division. Did Portland finally pick up a win against Erie? You have to stick around and find out. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
There's plenty going on at the ballpark on Saturday, August 27th. Bowie will be hosting a special tribute to Negro League Baseball, as well as an exhibit presented by the Josh Gibson Foundation with special artifacts from the Hall of Famer's career, as well as the Baysox huge Touch a Truck event featuring dozens of construction, excavation, emergency vehicles, and trucks for all fans to enjoy and interact with exhibits as well. It begins at 4:30 and is going to run till 6:30 ahead of the 6:35 game. It's all presented by Miss Utility and comes your way on a busy Saturday, August 27th, so get your tickets at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Well, we're back one final time here from F&B Field in Harrisburg following Bowie's 5-4 win over the Harrisburg Senators, their 6th straight win, and it's going to help them out a lot in the Southwest Division standings at the end of the night. Matt Sabat with you from City Island in Harrisburg as we take a quick cruise around the scoreboards in the Eastern League. Looks to be the rest of the circuit has gone final. They played a pseudo doubleheader over at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater. Somerset and Binghamton had to suspend their game yesterday in just the 4th inning. Picked it back up, and Binghamton still held on to win. It was 11-1 when the game got suspended. Or 10-1 rather. They eventually won 11-8. Somerset made a late push, but it was still well too far out of their reach. Game 2, though, was another late win for Binghamton. They have dominated that series, won the first 4 games over the Yankees affiliate. That Subway Series, I guess the blood runs hot. 7-run 6th inning in that second one for Binghamton. It was, of course, a 7-inning game following the resumption of the suspended game. 10-5, Binghamton picked up the win there. New Hampshire over Richmond today. It was nearly a shutout for the Fisher Cats before Richmond put on a run in the 9th inning. 6-1, though, the final score there. Reading, a 2-1 win, a squeaker over Hartford as the Yard Goats fall to a paltry 61-38. Oh, my goodness. Hartford now is 18-12, however, in the second half. They still lead the Northeast Division, trying for their first postseason berth since 2013. Altoona walked off of Akron in a game that was scoreless into the 9th inning. Akron took a 1-0 lead in the 9th, but Altoona brought 2 runs across in the bottom of the frame to earn the W. And then, of course, the score that matters most to Bowie in the division standings was Erie and Portland. Erie had a 2-0 lead after just the 2nd inning, but they got nothing else from there. Portland actually gave up 7 hits to Erie, but only the 2 runs, while the Sea Dogs themselves only collected 6 hits. A run in the 5th for Portland and 2 more in the 8th to pick up the 3-2 win. Erie falls now to 20-10. They're finally 2 games back of the Baysox, who are still in first place. This is the farthest that Bowie has been in first place all season. This incredible run that the Baysox have been on, they've not been able to gain any ground because Erie has just been matching them step for step. But they finally have a 2-game advantage over the Seawolves in the Southwest Division. Around the Orioles organization, it was that same pseudo doubleheader at High A. Aberdeen and Wilmington had to suspend their game in the 4th inning yesterday, with Aberdeen trailing 5-3. But as soon as it restarted, the Ironbirds took control. They ended up winning 7-6, and they're in the middle of the second game. Aberdeen leads 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Again, that will be a 7-inning game. Things are still not looking good for Delmarva. The low A squad gave up an 8 spot in the 8th inning yesterday for a double-digit loss, and they're still not able to get any good pitching today as they trail 11-1 at the hands of Augusta in the top of the 7th over at Purdue Stadium. Gunnar Anderson picked up his 9th home run of the season for AAA Norfolk, and that's helped lead the way to a 7-2 advantage over Nashville down at Harbor Park. They're just 2 outs away from wrapping up that win tonight. But again, the score we care about most on this production is that of Bowie's, and it was another good one. 5-4 over the Harrisburg Senators tonight, and Bowie will have a chance to make it 7 in a row tomorrow. Justin Armbruster will get the start for Bowie in Game 5 of the 6-game tilt, a 1-0 record and a 4.55 ERA for Justin against left-hander Tim Cate, who is just 0-1 with a 9.24 ERA for Harrisburg. It'll be a 6 o'clock first pitch for that contest, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 5:40. For now, though, we say so long. Matt Sabatis in my scratchy voice saying thank you so much for stopping by, where hopefully it will be a little bit more tomorrow to give you a little bit more calmer sounding for a Baysox win, because it has been another fun Baysox win. Bowie over Harrisburg tonight, one final time, 5-4. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game, and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.